All right, all right, all right. Let's get started here. I had to grab some coffee. All right. Okay. Okay. Good morning. A little bit of retro crossing today. Good morning, YouTube chat. Thanks for your patience today, everybody. We made it. Just dragging some serious behind today. You know how it be. Waking up on a Tuesday. Quick little beard check. Discord post has been made. Beard doing whatever it wants. Sometimes actually brushing my beard is worse than not doing anything at all. It's weird. Beard life is weird. Sometimes not doing anything is better than doing stuff. But you gotta do stuff. You gotta brush your beard. Listen, beard bros. Brush your damn beard. Looking homeless and Brush your beard, bro. Better be brushing your beard, dude. Run a comb through it every once in a while. What up, big doggo? Yo, here. Shout out to Anonymous. Shout out to Anonymous. Hold on. My new rocket ship mug. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this insane, dude? It comes with a lid and everything. Not that I'll be using the lid much. This is a showpiece for my shelf. Look at this thing. Isn't that crazy, dude? Good morning, everybody. Welcome in, Animal Crossing enthusiasts. Welcome to the show today. We're back for some retro crossing. Bum bum. We'll start some gameplay here shortly. I hope everyone's feeling good today. I'd love to hear from you if I haven't already. Good morning. Welcome in, early birds. Dual Master D, welcome to the show. Kylie Ecstasy, Stray Heart, welcome in here. Red Museum, Nixer, what up, Majinx? What up, LPK? Charlie's in the house. Spicy Sin Buns in the house. Ham Labs, Balloon Squad. Wavy's storming on in. Happy birthday to Lynn Loves Mama. Happy birthday to Lynn Loves Mama. Happy birthday to you. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I have a decent system as far as the beard goes. I just don't do it every single day. Today was a lazy day. I've been trying to change my description on the YouTube content, but when I go live on YouTube, but then I forget to change the description. And then I just realized that the past like 5 streams have had the description of Wreck-It Ralph returns to the valley. I'm like, oh man, I gotta remember to change the description. It's like a new thing, so I'm not used to it. It's like, so I'm like playing Moonlight Peaks. Wreck-It Ralph returns to the valley. I'm playing Pocopia. Wreck-It Ralph returns to the valley. Like, what am I doing? What is happening? Anyways. Pro streamer moves. It's a new thing. I'm learning. I'm learning. All right. DDV's broken for you. That sucks. Sorry to hear it. How did Big Dumb Baby do yesterday? We took good care of our dumb baby cat. Yeah, Moonlight Peaks was cool. 8:37 a.m. August 4th. Looking good. You all set to go? Getting greeted by Tabby. The honor is all ours. The honor is all ours. I didn't even notice. Oh, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. As much as YouTube descriptions and stuff, all that stuff really does matter. The live streams are like weirdly different, and it's not like that big of a deal. And I can go back and change that stuff retroactively. It's mostly just funny and just looks silly. Like, I'm sure people tuning in for Pokemon, you know, catch a glimpse of it and they're like, what? Wreck-It Ralph? Whatever. You know, and they just ignore it. You know, it's not like... It mostly is just silly. Yeah. It's just like, what the hell? What is this guy on about? All right, let's get some of that cash, baby. Cash money from the museum. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do get some morning cash here. I think I can just like send it straight over. No, I can't. I don't know. I thought there was a shortcut option for that. Boom, boom, boom. We got a letter here from Blair. Oh no, Blair moved? During my entire move, I was sure I was forgetting something. You know what it was? I forgot to say adieu to you. I hope this letter will ease your devastation. Oh no! I liked Blair the squirrel. Oh well. Usually it's the newest villager that moves, so it's really peculiar that she decided to leave. Because the way this game tends to lean is like, usually the newest villager leaves, and I think it's because they're more likely to leave if they don't have strong ties to the rest of the village and you, the player. So if they're new and you're not like really spending time talking with them a lot, then they're usually the first to leave. So I find that how you avoid that, well, first off, it's random. And I think it's all like percentage based. I think anybody can leave at any time. And it like rolls a dice. But second, I think the way you avoid that is if you really make a point to get to know the newest villager that moves in, then I think it's a higher chance for an older villager to move out. So it's funny because I think our newest villager was Buzz. And I spent like a little time with him the other day. I did like a job for him, but I didn't really get to know him. So I think we just got hit with RNG. I think Blair just it was her time to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait. Did somebody already move in her plate? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Weird. Maybe that letter was late and she was the one who Buzz replaced. And that's why I'm so confused. Yeah, maybe I got that letter late because my mailbox was full or something. Yeah, weird. What year is it? It's too early for this. My brain hurts. The tree icon looked like a mushroom cloud. Animal Crossing Fallout Edition. You never seen Poco? Yeah, Poco was Japanese only, I think. I think Poco was Japanese only. I'm pretty sure. So the fastest way to deal with this is to drop them and repick them up, because the deluxe edition makes them go straight into your wallet. All right, looks like we have a wasp to sell. What is this? An axe, and then a watering can, and then our letter from Blair. All right, we're ready to lock in today. Welcome to the show, y'all. Good morning, and welcome back for another edition of Animal Crossing Deluxe Edition. Now, some of y'all might be new to the Deluxe Edition. You might not even know what that means. But highly in descent, sir, the great, the magnificent, the magnanimous. I might be saying that. Maybe I'm saying it right. How you bestow upon us Deluxe Edition, but what does that mean? Well, this is a fan-made version of the original Animal Crossing game for Nintendo GameCube. And it takes all of the different versions of this game and kind of mushes them together to create almost the director's cut edition, you could say. Even though that's weird because it's a fan game, but it's the definitive edition. The definitive edition of Animal Crossing. It has a bunch of quality of life. It has villagers that were never in the English versions of it. It has items from future versions of Animal Crossing, like Wild World. It has stuff from the Chinese IQ version, the Japanese E+ edition that we never got here in the Western audience. This game right here, and much more. And they even added some upgrades like storage, like proper storage in a game that never had a proper storage system. New NPCs that allow you to do public work projects like fountains, stuff that was never even thought of at this point in Animal Crossing's journey back in 2001, 2002. So really interesting stuff going on here. This is the Deluxe Edition by Kyler, a fan who said that he had enough of Nintendo ignoring this beautiful game. And I guess they were inspired enough to make it a definitive experience. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I feel that you're always going to want to have the original versions of content for preservation of history, and even for that intended experience, if you will, even if usually intended is muddled with limitations and budgets and technology holdbacks and the like. You know, there's always a vision, and then there's what we get. That being said, you know, I'm always going to go back and play the GameCube version, the original version. This is really cool. This is such an awesome version of Animal Crossing, and a really interesting way to approach bringing this game a little bit closer to the modern world, because Animal Crossing GameCube has a couple pain points. It's a little bit of a crusty game. Isn't Poco the Michael Jackson villager? Oh. Oh, it is. Yo, good morning. Today, I'm going to grab life by the horns. Shimona. I'm going to give it my all. Hylian, you give it your all too, all right? Work it, Shimona. That's right. Do you know a guy named Wendell? He's kind of tall, hungry all the time. Well, you know who I mean? Like I said, he's always just starving. So if you get him something, Hey, I forgot. Oh well, you'll figure it out. You're pretty sharp. Thanks. Thanks for the compliment. What's up, Princess Fireball? My battery on my GameCube died as well. So I just have to reset the clock every time I log into the game. And it's annoying, but it's still playable. Does that make sense? I don't know if maybe mine's just dying and yours is just fully dead, but I also have the same problem with my GameCube. Yeah, it's like, so essentially every time you log into the GameCube, you have to go to the main GameCube menu, switch the clock. Then once you load up the game, Animal Crossing itself, it'll be at the correct time. So there is a fix. Yeah. So you have to open up the GameCube and you have to desolder this cover, and then you can replace the battery. Basically, it just requires a slight bit of like engineering, I guess, knowledge and soldering. It is a little bit obnoxious, unfortunately, but it is doable. You can fix it. But the real sucky part is it's not just as easy as opening the GameCube up. There's a cover over the battery and you have to remove the cover, and that part is a little bit more advanced because then you need to desolder the cover, and that's just like a little bit more advanced. So if it was as simple as just opening the GameCube and replacing the battery, I think most people could actually do it. But it takes actually a step of desoldering because you have to remove this cover off the battery, which sucks. That's why I haven't done it yet, because I've never really desoldered anything, even though I have done soldering. I used to tinker with technology as a kid. I would take apart machines in our house and I would like make stuff out of them, like weird engines for like my Legos, like real goofy stuff. Like I used to do real goofy stuff with I'd take apart like my radio and like get it to work with like my Game Boy motherboard and like just real goofy. I was basically Sid from Toy Story for like technology. I would like cobble together like 3 pieces of technology in my room and like make like a Frankenstein, but like make it do something. And it was like teaching myself how to like mess with electronics as a kid. I used to do a lot of that. Well, not as a kid. I was in high school, but yo, what's up, Caitlin? Good morning. So yeah, I did like a little bit of that. I would like, I took like kinetics, the Legos that were supposed to be like machines, and I was like plugging them into like a power source. It was like real interesting. I was like doing all sorts of weird stuff, just having fun, I got really into the engineering class that I took in 9th grade, and I just kind of ran with it. Sounds like me. I just took my dryer apart to fix it, but it caught fire, so I threw it out in my front yard. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. I need to hide my camera. I gotta blow my nose. So for those of you that had not seen Moonlight Peaks yesterday, what did you think of the game? Like before yesterday, what did y'all think about Moonlight Peaks if you were seeing it for the first time through me? I think some of y'all did. I think from what I heard, some of y'all had not really had time to look at the game before I played it. and it was pretty good, huh? It was actually a little bit better than you might have had a first impression of if you were like me. You know, you look at the game, it's kind of cutesy, it's kind of chibi, it's like vampires. It's like, if you're not into vampires, it's like, what is this? Like, what's happening here? Once you actually get into the meat and potatoes, I've been watching too much Moist Critical. Once you get into the meat and potatoes of the game and you really start to see what it is, it's just a tried and true farming sim. It's just a tried and true farming sim, man. Like, and good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to make that formula any different. You don't need to really mess with the formula too much. It's been going on since the Super Nintendo era, literally. Harvest Moon. So you didn't really like, yeah, that game, it just was good. It was just good stuff. I enjoyed what I saw, but I only have so much extra money for games. Yeah, you have to catch it on sale, right? It's $40 originally. You could catch it on sale for like 20, I bet, at some point. Maybe it's worth it then. Oh, Tom Nook's not even open yet, is he? Oh, he is. Okay, good man. I didn't think he opened up until 9. Why is he open now? I didn't think he opened up until 9. Maybe something with the deluxe edition. Yo, what up, Tater Tot? Thank you for the tier 2 for 45. Bring it in, baby. First sub of the day, and it's the honorable and legendary Tater Tot soup. That's some good soup. So, how do you like the expanded room? Wait, I forgot that I have an expanded upstairs. It was an immense undertaking, widening a room on the second story. A magnificent house, 2 spacious rooms, a deluxe basement. Now that, my friend, is big. That's what she said. Now then, there is a small matter of the cost. Such luxury doesn't exactly come cheap. So that'll be 1,598,000 bells? And I thought it was going to be 1 million. For those that only know New Horizons, add a 0 to this, and that's a little bit more equivalent. So really, we're looking at 15 million bells New Horizons money. All right, so if you don't know the old games, we're talking like if Tom Nook looked you in the eyes in New Horizons, and he was like, "You owe me 15 million bells." Now kind of chew on how much money that is and how. Actually, that would be pretty difficult to farm up, would it not? That's actually a lot of money, right? Like, think about that for a second. All the New Horizonsers. Sure, you could just go to a treasure island, but like if you were playing the game legit, even with turnips, that's multiple turnip holes right there. Like, that's multiple turnip Sundays. 15 million bells, dude. Tom Nook lives in a mansion. And you have to get a good selling price. Yeah, exactly. So it's a good amount. I always like to translate this for the New Horizonsers because I want you to better understand kind of the difference between the older games. You know, people make jokes like inflation, but the truth is that these games were just older, and the easiest way to kind of translate the amount of work it takes to get this amount of bells is to add a 0 to everything. It doesn't work perfectly. It's not an exact science, but it's the easiest way to kind of translate it for those that only had the opportunity to play the older games. So it kind of helps you wrap your head around it. To give you those an even further example, it takes about an hour to farm about 300,000 bells in New Horizons. If you have the right season and if you diving makes the most money for the most part. If you were to just spend an hour diving straight for critters, and maybe let's just say it's the right season to do this, whatever that is, it would take you about an hour to farm 300,000 bells in that game. So 3 hours to farm up 1 million. And now apply that to 15 million. So So a good amount of work. Like you're definitely working here, but you know, enough of the nerdy stuff. Oh, gracious. I'm sorry, but you should have seen the look on your face. You looked like you were about to faint right away. Oh, but you know you don't have to pay me right now, right? Really, try not to be scared about all those zeros. Just pay it off through the post office as before. I might as well give you all the bad news at once, so I'll just go ahead and tell you this now. I can't make your house any bigger than it is now. Sadly, it is beyond my skill to build skyscrapers. But still, seeing as how you asked for it and the work is done, you have to pay it all off, of course. That's what you call rules of society, I didn't write them, just the way things work. At any rate, I hope you'll still come by the shop for your everyday shopping needs. Yeah, try not to be scared. Yo, good morning, Fancy. Oh, yeah, CD Keys. I didn't know that they changed their name. Thank you, Card Shark. What's up, Random Reject? How you been, buddy? What you been gaming on? All right. Let's go see our new room. So this is actually, for me, unprecedented. I've been playing Animal Crossing GameCube for 20 years of my life. Over 20 years. And you've never been able to upgrade your house past a small upstairs. So in this game, you would have one floor this size. You would have a basement that doesn't get rated by the HRA. So it's truly a basement that's just for junk. And you can't even change the wallpaper or the flooring in the basement originally. Like this was it. It was just a basement. You could not change the decorations or anything down here. All right. And then you would get this really small upstairs. Well, the deluxe edition added another upgrade. And now we can get a full size upstairs as well. So this is pretty crazy. I would have never experienced this if it wasn't for the fan-made deluxe edition of the game. So I'm getting to experience new content and new ideas for a game that's over 20 years old. That's sick. That's super sick. I would have never ever even dreamed of this. My upstairs always just turns into a super like junky attic because it never feels like enough space to do anything. And now it's like, well, I could actually do something up here. Yeah, I gotta actually do something up here. Well, we have a debt to pay off first. We have a massive debt to pay off first. You gotta try Sims busting out. I don't know. I've never played that game. Message of the week. It's a wild world out there. Coming to this country town is strange for city folk. Like me. Time for a new leaf. I read that weird because I didn't realize that the sentence continued, but I see what they did here. I see what they did here. Oh yeah, we got a meteor shower on August 12th. Ooh, we might have to do this. You guys want to do this? You guys want to go see the meteor shower on August 12th in Animal Crossing GameCube? At 6 p.m.? What day is that? That's a Wednesday. That's next Wednesday. Oh, somebody else came to visit. No, it's Pete. Yo, Pete, dude, my boy. Have you ever written a love letter to anyone? Is it better to deliver them in person? Or can you just send them through the mail? In my case, does it even matter? I mean, I'll be the one delivering it either way. You know, there are people out there who will complain if their mail is even a few minutes late. Sorry, but I have to go. Nah, man, I'm holding you up. You're never gonna go do your job. If I talk too much on the job, I'll get into trouble. So I have to run. Nah. Sorry, I have more mail to deliver. Nah. I'm actually right in the middle of my route, so I have to hurry. Maybe we could talk more the next time we meet. Nah. No, don't leave me, Pete. Poor guy. Thank you, Tater Tot, for the first sub of the day. Some love in the chat for Tater Tot Soup. Tier 2. First sub of the day, baby. Thank you. What's up, Didius Maximus? At the dentist? Nice. Back on my ruination of Pacopia? Nice. What is that emote? It's H does Giga Chad. We're Giga Chatting. Poor guy, he's loyal to the delivery route. So do y'all know the lore of why Pete's talking about love letters? Do y'all know the lore? Pete talking about love letters is no coincidence, because he's stuck in a love triangle. Love triangle. Yeah. He is in love with Phyllis, the nasty, mean, heinous bird that only works the night shift and who sounds like she smokes 6 packs a day. Customers. However, Pelly is in love with Pete. And Pete doesn't even know that Pelly loves him. And Phyllis doesn't even know that Pete loves her. Love triangle. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? I thought it was the other way around. No, it's not. It's not. Pete loves Phyllis, but Pelly loves Pete. And Pete doesn't realize that he's too dense. Good morning, Tangy. Hey, Hylian. You sleep okay last night? Slurp. Get some quality time sawing logs? I slept so. What's going on? Yo, need a favor? Can you take my old Chi-Chi print to Rex for me? My feet are just killing me, or I'd do it myself. You'll do it for me, right? Yeah, sure. Can't be letting them dogs bark. Yo, what up, Loud Boys? Yeah, we're gonna watch the direct. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern time, right? Yo, let's talk. Who in the world came up with the idea of morning aerobics? Dude, she yelled about this last time. She yelled about this last time. She's still pissed about morning aerobics. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. She's still pissed about morning aerobics a week later. Why are they making me do this? True. Boom. I didn't know AC had a plot right out of Telenova. Woke up late. I gotta figure out breakfast. What up, Admiral? Sorry to hear it, dude. Let's save some letters. Bum. All right, we're just gonna drop them in here for now, and we'll organize them later. All right, well, let's make a dent. Let's make a dent in our new loan. Oh, Tom Nook's shop opened earlier because of the ordinance. I forgot they added ordinances to this game. And I have an ordinance that makes everything wake up earlier. Like everyone in town gets up a little earlier than they normally do. So normally Crankies wake up at 10, they now wake up at 9. Peppies wake up at 9 and they wake up at 8. I think that's that. It might be 8 and then 7. Tom Nook usually opens up at 9, but instead he opens up at 8. So it's nice. Yeah, and they don't normally have ordinances in the original version of this game, so I forgot that the deluxe edition added them. That's what makes it so deluxe. Do. I tried out Trues with my cat and now he's obsessed. Yeah, oh yeah. Those things are cracked for cats for sure. I don't feed her. I definitely keep it limited because of that, but I also really love treating her to them. I just went through my first box. I just finally threw away my first box. I got 2 boxes of Churus. And ever since she's been home, I just got through the first box. So I've been pretty light with them. I give them to her maybe once every couple weeks as a little treat, and then I usually stick to dry treats for the most part. But she got a bunch recently because when I was going out of town for 2 days, I felt bad, so I wanted to give her a treat. And then when I came home after going out of town, the first thing I did was give her a treat. Because my idea was I wanted to reinforce that my trips were a good thing. So like maybe, just maybe, she would identify the coming and going of a long trip with me, with getting treats, so maybe it wouldn't be a stressful situation. Assuming that it is stressful, I don't know. But if it is stressful for her, hopefully that helps. Boom, boom. Nice little pro tip, Leia. Coffee and a snaky should do ya. Freeze-dried eyeballs looking back at me. A pack of freeze-dried minnows. I tried the freeze-dried minnows, or I was gonna try them, sorry. I was gonna try the freeze-dried minnows. I wasn't sure because Minda doesn't really chew. The problem is that my cat had some teeth removed and she doesn't really chew. So I'm kind of worried that that's the kind of treat that she could like just like swallow whole. Like, is that okay? Like, I know it's fine for the most part, but I don't know. I just started overthinking the minnows because yeah, like she might just straight up just, I would hate if she like choked on it. You know, like that's the thing I'm worried about. I'm like, these minnows are kind of a decent size. Like, what if she just like gobbles it up? Like, is that okay? So I stayed away from them for now. I got to look into it more and see like if that's an all right interaction. But yeah, she definitely ain't chewing nothing. The only time I ever saw her chew is when she ripped a beetle in half that was in my house, and she just straight like ripped it in half, like, and like it fell to the side, and I was like, wow, you do use your teeth. I was like, interesting. I didn't expect her to turn into a beast like that. Yeah, she chewed it up. Yeah, her primal instincts, yeah. Yeah, Kalika, that's actually happened to me once because one night I forgot to give her dry food before I went to sleep. So she woke me up at like 4 a.m, hungry. So I filled up her dry food and she ran to eat it so fast that she ended up making herself, you know, reverse snack. And she had never done that before. She's usually a very tame eater. But because she was like hungry throughout the night, I guess, she woke up and she was like, So, yeah, I was like, okay, like I'll never let that happen again, for sure. Or at least what I'll do is I'll give her slow amount of food. She needed her middle of the night snack. Yeah, she's really good. I'm so impressed by her ability to tame her eating because like she didn't overeat at all. Like I came home from my trip and there was a ton of dry food left in the bowl. Like she doesn't overeat at all. She only eats when she's hungry. And you can't say that about every cat, which is pretty impressive. She only eats when she's hungry. I really appreciate that about her because I have gotten lucky that I have like a little bit of a set it and forget it kind of cat when it comes to food. She will just eat what she needs and she will move on. She doesn't overeat, really. I'm sure like she might be eating more than she needs to some, like, I'm, you know, it wouldn't be healthy for me to just leave abundant amounts of food out. I'm still going to limit it to the scoop that she needs for her diet, you know, whatever. But she doesn't, she just grazes lightly throughout the whole day. It's real nice. What I love about my cats is they don't go after human food. Yeah, Midna has finally started showing interest in human food for the first time, walking up to me while I was eating something to sniff it and meow a little bit, like she was, what is that, like smelling it? But as soon as I just was like, no, this isn't for you, she just walked away. So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if she would tempt fate if I left it alone. You know, like if I would have just left it sitting on the table, she probably would have tried eating it, but at least she wasn't like trying to snatch it out of my hands. Right, so it's like a victory, but still, I don't know if I want to leave it out, right? She might still be a little too interested. We'll see. Time will tell. Wait, did I already try this rock? I think I did. But yeah, she's definitely showing signs of not being interested in human food, which I would prefer. I would prefer. I like to season my food and stuff, so like, yeah. One of my cats got a taste of bacon. He goes wild when he smells it. Really? That's so crazy. What's up, Vanessa Elizabeth? I let my kitty chase and hunt the bugs that come into the house. Keep her brain sharp. Yeah, why not, you know? I think that's awesome. I'm so happy I have a little protector. I hate bugs. You know how happy that made me when I realized that she wasn't afraid of bugs and that she's down to hunt them down. I'm very happy. Snatch them up. Eat them up. Eat up them buggos. Where's Rex at? Rex's house is around here. One of my cats brought me a bug that was still alive and unharmed. They'll do that. It's tribute. They will do that. That is tribute. Yo, good morning, Rex. Turn this thing off, dude. What? Rex? Rex, dude, wait. Okay. He got mad at you turned this thing off. You know, Hylian, you've got one unusual name. Yeah, shut up. I'm crying. I've never seen that happen. Yeah, he just left. She just plays with them until they die and leaves them. That's what my cat did. She basically just played with it until it wasn't moving anymore, and then she just left it on the ground, and I had to vacuum it up later. I was like, what the heck? I thought she ate it. And I even got concerned, so I looked it up. I was like, is it okay if my cat eats this kind of beetle? And the internet was like, yeah, that's not toxic. It's fine. And I found it later, just like sitting on the carpet. I'm like, oh, she definitely did not eat it. She just played with it. And I still had to clean up the mess. Yeah. So you finally brought me my clothes. I thought you'd never come. I can't wait to try them on. In fact, oh, I look suave, a little too suave. I think this outfit looks better than I do. Hylian, I want you to have this piece of furniture. I picked it out myself. Wow, why was that the most relatable thing? Feeling like the clothes you're wearing are more presentable than the human that they're on. Like, dude, these clothes look better than I do. Like, yeah, I've been there. Crime scene cleaner. A blue dresser. All right, let's see if we get a stump. We're supposed to get special stumps in Deluxe Edition. We got a special stump! Wait! Finally! After countless tree cut downs! No way! Dude, finally! I didn't even think it was gonna happen. I almost ran a prediction. No way! I wanted the Triforce stump, I think, is there, but I'll take a mushroom. Dude, sick. Dude, I've probably cut down like 10 trees here trying to get this. Yeah, this is a deluxe thing. This is Deluxe Edition. And you can even sit on the stumps in Deluxe Edition. I'm just gonna leave it here. The plan was to just leave it. This is where I'm gonna relax. I come to relax and look out at the ocean and contemplate how one cup of coffee is just not gonna be enough today. Just no freaking way. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The sound of the waves. Dude, I'm so happy about that. That's sick. Hey, what up, Spidey? Good morning, everyone who I missed out there today. I didn't do my roll call this morning. So if I missed you, if you haven't gotten a good morning from me, I'd love to hear from you. Are we excited for tomorrow, Pokopia and Fields of Mystria? It's going to be fun. We will be here doing both games. I'm going to take a light day today. I have an appointment around noon, so I have to skedaddle early. So we'll do, like I said yesterday, we'll do a half day, and then we're gonna be locking in from Wednesday into next week. So we're doing a bunch of doubles and a bunch of splits. Splits are when I take a break and come back later. I know yesterday people were asking if I plan to do any Mystria in the morning. We might do some Mystria in the morning on the weekend. So we're gonna do Pokopia in the morning, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I think we'll do Mystria in the morning, like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on how I feel about Friday, obviously. And then we'll do whatever we don't play in the morning in the afternoon. Because I did ask the community yesterday how y'all felt about me playing a game in 2 different time slots, and how I don't normally like to do that. If I start a playthrough in the morning, I want to keep it in the morning. And if I start a playthrough in the afternoon, I usually want to keep it in the afternoon or, evening. I don't usually like to go back and forth, but I think I'm going to let myself do a little bit of that for these games. And I really would love for you to, if you're on YouTube, feel free to leave comments. Feel free to, I don't have a feedback channel in the Discord anymore, but feel free to let me know in the live chat how you feel about that subject. Do you prefer playthroughs stay in the time slot that they originate? Does it matter? We talked about this yesterday, so, whatever. We can move on. But I'm going to keep feeling that out, because sometimes I wonder if maybe I'm thinking too hard about that, Maybe it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure. What's up, Alto Girl? Good to see you today. Good morning, Tiggs. Jams, dude. I don't mind things swapping around, especially if I can catch up with the VODs. Yeah, I feel like now that everything is just always on YouTube, the superior VOD platform, if you go to the live tab of my YouTube page, you can also search. I also have the playlist that I keep nice and neat. I feel like it's probably, maybe I really am just kind of overthinking a little bit, you know, and maybe it's not that big of a deal for most people. I still am always going to think that way because that's how I am. You know, I'm always thinking about accessibility, and I'm always thinking about the experience I'm providing for all of you. And I always want things to be smooth and feel comprehensive and make sense and build hype. And so it's not like I'm going to just start doing whatever. I'm still going to think about this. I'm just wondering if I'm thinking about it too much. You know what I mean? Doesn't bother me, but I'm mostly a dirty lurker and a VOD frog, so I just chill to whatever you're currently playing and pick and choose later. Yeah, exactly. Love the OG. Yo, Band Slam, me too, man. Thanks for bringing some good energy in here today. How you feeling, buddy? Good morning, Allie Bobally, by the way. You freaking cutie. Allie Bobally, Banana Nana Fofally, Free 5 Fofally. Allie! Good morning, lights. Come on, you freaking cutie. What the heck? We got cuties in this chat today. Random Reject, you freaking cutie. What the heck? All the cuties. What's up, Necro? Yo, what's up, Lily Tazi? Welcome back. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm willing to accept that sometimes I do just think a little too hard about some stuff, and you know, that's kind of helped me find my success. So I do want to let my brain do its thing. That's what makes me, and that's what makes my show special, is when I think about things and I curate experiences, and it's kind of what led me to where I'm at. So, you know, I'm always going to let my brain do its thing. I respect my brain in that sense, you know? But I think sometimes I could be reined in a little bit, you know? Like, actually that, you know, sometimes I know that I tend to lean towards the overthink, so that's why I'm starting to ask you all more for feedback, and I'm starting to run more polls, and I'm actually thinking about bringing the feedback channel back to the Discord, because I'm realizing that we're in our feedback era. We really are. I've accomplished a lot of the goals that I set out to accomplish as a creator, and as I start to really discover the next leg of my journey and continue to provide the best content that I can and give you all something to be proud of and excited about, I realize that even more than ever before, I think viewer feedback is the future of this channel to some extent. You all and what you want matters more than it ever has before. I think that's the era we're entering. If I had to really put my thoughts out there, I think that's where my show is at the moment. I think that's, once you get to a certain size, I think it matters more than it does when you're smaller, when you're still experimenting and you're like trying to find your footing. I think once you start to find your audience, you start to listen to them. Right? That's the point. I caught a pond skater and it was doing a triple toe axle. Okay, buddy. All right, shut up. Love lurking wherever you play. Nice. Thank you, Tiggs. I hope you're doing all right today. How was your weekend, man? Happy Tuesday. Bringing it down tempo Tuesday, the follow up to the Monday morning show. Let's bring it down. Let's chill. Calm the antics down. Just relax. You know, not here to with that same Monday energy, kind of maybe providing an energy that allows you to focus on work. We all got to lock in. It's Tuesday. All right, Monday, you're having fun, trying to ignore the fact that the week's starting. All right, cool. But Tuesday, all right. I guess I'll do what I got to do. Okay. You know, that's the energy. So Tuesday, down tempo Tuesday. We're just here to vibe, provide you some background noise, not too much of a distraction. That's the point. Not too much of a distraction. Give you the opportunity to just kind of drift into work, do what you got to do, right? We all got to take care of our business, and we support you taking care of your business. That's what we do here. We're another resource. Exactly, Teddy Macro. See, you hit the nail on the head. You get me. I feel seen. That's exactly my mantra. It's always going to be my art. I treat my content as my art. I'm always going to follow my heart. I'm always going to do things my way. But the way you worded it, the resource of viewer feedback is invaluable. It cannot be priced, right? It's so important. It reminds me of game development. Have you been here for one of those talks, Teddy? Where like it reminds me of game development. It really does. We've had those talks on the channel where it's like you want to take the feedback of the gamers, but you can't go too hard, because if you do, then you end up getting a weird version of a thing that doesn't make sense. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, it reminds me so much of that, actually. It's like you got to be very tactful. Yeah. All right, we have a chance here at a golden shovel. Did I bring a backup shovel with me though? Oh, it's on the ground by my house. I don't know if it's gonna last, but as long as I don't go in a building, it might last. Let's go see. That sucks. I should have realized before I opened it. We might have a chance at a new golden tree today, but I don't know if it's gonna stay. Let's run up to the house real quick and grab a shovel. It's weirdly similar. Yeah. Similar. Yeah. It's weirdly similar. My brain is always doing that though. I'll be real. You want to know one of the biggest things that helped me create content? Now I'm giving away my secrets. All right. So I'm only going to say this once. I compared what I was doing to music, and if I was trying to blow up as a musician the whole time that I was growing as a streamer. The whole time I was always applying the knowledge I learned about the music industry, listening to like underground hip hop and stuff my whole life, and like understanding what it takes to like grow in a very saturated space. And like I was always applying the knowledge of like that sort of grind to my show and to my content the whole time. And it helped me like a whole bunch, more than you would think actually. It's a huge correlation. Dang it, it's gone. Dang it. Yeah, oh yeah, because I instantly tuned into the fact that what I was doing was actually no different than what musicians are doing when it comes to like trying to find their footing in their craft. And because that was the world I knew really well, because I basically studied hip hop. Like I wasn't just a music listener, as you all probably know. I was like a music appreciator. I was like studying the stuff I was listening to word for word. So once you get into that, you know, it's like I had this wealth of knowledge from that universe, and I saw no reason why it wouldn't apply to what I was doing. So I took little tidbits from it, little here and there. I'd be like, oh, well, I heard that this is how this works. Let me try this here. And yeah, so it was interesting. Musicologist, yeah. But yeah, I feel like it kind of gave me an edge, just a little bit. Sometimes that's all you need in a space like this, is like an edge. Yeah, what up, Spartan? Good to see you, buddy. She's staring down that fish. Whoa, it bit so fast. Oh, I wasn't ready. Oh, yikes. She is cute, yeah? I think so. Hi, what a morning, huh? I take it you're sort of an early to bed, early to riser, huh, Heinlein? So, what can I do for you, neighbor? My brother-in-law keeps telling me to stream, but I don't know. You know. Sometimes, you have to kind of push yourself into that stuff. You can't, nobody else can do it for you kind of vibe, you know? That's like a TV show. Like, anybody ever get recommended a TV show and that pushed you away from that TV show? Like, that's the vibe I'm talking about. It's like, sometimes you have to stumble across that kind of stuff yourself. You have to, like, push yourself into it. Then it's cool. But when somebody else tries to do it, it's like, yo, how you doing, Glenna Bean? Welcome to the show today. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm going to ask you a few rapid fire questions. Don't bother spending time thinking of a response. All right, let's go. Okay, let's start. Are you right-handed or are you left-handed? Right. Which is your favorite winter snowboarding? It's been a while since you cooked food and it's gone cold. Which is the best that tastes cold? Pizza. Which of the following is your favorite color? Green. Huh? Looks like we're both more compatible than I first thought. This means we'll become even better friends, neighbor. Oh, that was a survey for friendship? Kind of weird if you ask me. You're secretly surveying if we were compatible? What the hell? Wait, Peanut. Ugh, girl. Nasty. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to hit you all like that. Ew! There's no way this is happening! I don't know what's going on. It's got nothing to do with me. You flea-ridden rodent? You flea-ridden rodent? Are you excited for OOT? Oh, I'm excited. I've been thinking a lot about what they're gonna do and like what the game needs. I kind of want to put a video out. It would be my first Zelda theory video if I did. I'll probably just talk about it more like I always do on stream. I just did that with Schitt's Creek. Only 11 years late to the party. My sister said for me to watch it. Nope. That's so funny. Dude, I'm the same way, man. That's so funny. I never watch anything recommended to me. Like, I'm finally just trying to sit down and watch Andor after years of it being recommended. My cat did something new for the first time ever. So, me taking a break from the house and coming back, like, strangely bonded my cat with me even further. Which, like, you know, if you kind of understand the way things work, I guess it makes sense. And if you kind of understand how cats work, it makes even more sense. So she's been, like, even closer and, like, doing things that she's, like, never done before since I came back home. And last night... Oh, nice, new catch. Last night, she was, like, kind of being annoying when I'm trying to go to bed, right? And she's, like, trying to get me to pet, and I'm, like, trying to get her to, like, settle down and go to sleep. And I'm like... So then I decide to just turn over on my side and face my back to her, because that usually gets her to, like, figure it out. Like, okay, look, I'm trying to go to sleep. So I turn my back to her, and what does she do? She just snuggles right up against my back as much as she can and curls up and just falls asleep. And she's never done that. She's only ever done, like, the bottom half, like my legs. She's never wanted to go near the top half of my body before. That was, like, no for her. She was like, too intimidated, I guess. And I was not expecting that. So I'm laying there and I'm like, I wasn't planning on sitting on my side for this long. Like, oh no. So, as you do as a cat owner, you sleep the way that the cat says you sleep, and I slept on my side all night. She finally moved at some point and I stretched. Yeah, I was locked in. Yeah, it was cute. She's never done that before though. It was super, super cute. And now I know she's gonna do it again because I'm one warm dude. I'm very warm. And I'm sure the top half of my body is even warmer than the bottom. So I know for a fact she's gonna be like, oh yeah. I know now that she's discovered the secret of the radiator that is me, she's gonna be back for more for sure, dude. Like, because like I am very warm and cats love heat. That's so funny, Mrs. Pirate. Same. Welcome to the parent life. You're her personal heating pad. Yep. She'd probably appreciate it if I streamed more with a blanket so she could sleep at my feet and avoid the air conditioner. I've done it once. One time I brought my blanket in for the stream and she was so happy because she could avoid the AC and just like sleep. So I might start doing more of that for her so that she can come and hang out while I'm streaming because she wants to, but she doesn't like being in here because it's a little too chilly, which is fair. Yeah, I did get a cat, Claude. Good morning, dude. Exclamation point cat will give you some details. Thank you, Mrs. Pirate. Morning. It feels so invigorating to rise with the birds, doesn't it? You know what they say, an early bird gets the worm. Did I say that last time I saw you? Anywho, you probably want something, don't you? So what is it, Slurp? What's up? Hey, what do you think the best part about fishing? When the fish bites. Oh, don't I know it? I only feel at one with nature when I'm yanking a fish out of it. Even when I pull up nothing but garbage, you know what I mean? You don't, do you? I didn't think so. To tell you the truth, I don't really understand it either. Just one of those things, huh? Slurpee, my boy. How do you like Deluxe? Deluxe is a phenomenal. While I'm always still gonna yearn for the original game and its original light and like the way that it was designed on release, you know, I think that this is the way that I would prefer to play Animal Crossing GameCube potentially for the rest of my life, unless Nintendo does something with the game, like straight up. And again, the only thing that makes me question that is I am a big fan of the originals. Wait a second. Wait a second. How? What? Who? What? No! No, please, God! No! No!
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
I'm not happy. I'm not. Claude said, anyone else on that work lurk this morning? Yeah, we work lurking, baby. How you doing today, Claude? How are you, Brinstar? So, as I was saying, Brinstar, how am I liking the deluxe edition so far? This fucking sucks. This is whack. I don't think I'm ever playing Deluxe Edition again. In fact, whoever made this mod, lame. This sucks. Deluxe Edition sucks. I'm over this shit. How did I miss that this morning? Dude, this morning I was literally going over all of the villagers and I was counting them and I scrolled past Frigga's name like 3 times. How did I must have blocked it out? I literally blocked it out of my thought, like my brain. Like I scrolled past this like 3 times. The 15th villager. Frigga's moved in. Go visit her? No, dude. I'm going to ignore her and hope that she's the next villager that moves out. That's my only hope, is I don't talk to her until she's gone. I'm not even going to acknowledge her existence. I'm literally just going to pretend like she's not here. I'm just going to pretend like she's not here. I'm hoping that she just goes away. I'm narrator. She never left. Just restart and burn the save file. I needed the laugh this morning. I thought I would hit y'all with the Michael Scott. Was that fitting? I figured my mic would peak a bunch so it wouldn't hurt y'all ears. I just go all in. My neighbors are probably like, what the fuck just happened? It's 9:30 in the morning. Hopefully they're at work. What's up, Gunblade baby? Who mentioned the Scots? Animal Crossing gets serious. Oh, I can have him identify more than one. All right, we got 18 minutes until the Fire Emblem Direct. They're going to try to convince us that Fire Emblem's worth $80 physical and $70 digital. Who's here to be convinced? Who's here to be convinced? Show of hands, show of ones. Are y'all here to be convinced, or is it just a no? Is it just not going to happen? Yeah, it's for sure. They've already announced it. It's $80 physical, $70 digital. They've straight up already, yep, it's already a thing. Like they 100% already announced it. It's a thing. They're charging $80 for this game. Well, physical, 70 digital. Do you think they'll slip in OOT news? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. Not during these 20 minutes. Fire Emblem's too big of a franchise. It's gonna be all FE. Like when I say too big, I just mean like popular. It's something that definitely deserves its own light. Yeah. Yeah, this is exclusively Fire Emblem today, unfortunately. Isn't the Celeste window so cute? Yeah, today we got a Fire Emblem Direct. We have a Fire Emblem Direct today. They're going to be trying to sell us on the new Fire Emblem coming out, and they'll probably give us a release date because I don't think we have one yet. It's probably going to be September or later this month, which would be crazy shocking, but I think later this month would work as well, right? Because we don't have a release date, do we? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, September 17th. So we do have a release date. So this is just getting us prepared for it. Okay, thank you, chat room. I was wrong about that. Thank you very much, Miss Beans. Thank you, Quelf. Did we not have an NPC yesterday as well? Let's roll an NPC today. Stop kissing Blathers. Hold on, we're gonna roll an NPC. I think we had 2 days in a row. I'm just about to patch that out. I actually was working on it last night. I'm finally back in the hot seat. I took a big break from working on stuff. I'm about to patch that. I was working on patching that last night. I have to kind of redo the NPC system to patch it, which sucks, but it'll be worth it because it's annoying. All right, let's mess with the NPCs. Set NPC role. Oh, we got CJ today. We're messing it up. CJ's here. Sell fish. There you guys go. A hot seat? Did you leave your cushion on the hob during scuffed eats again? It's making me laugh so hard. Stop kissing Blathers. No, I want to keep kissing him. He's feeding me my lunch. One might be that. Now, might there be any other fossils? Brother. Ooh, multiple mysteries in stone. How exciting. My soul is aflutter. Blathers kissing with his eyes open. Wait, I thought I had a... Oh, wait. No, these are for fossils. Well, let's see. I'm like, don't I have a bug to... I for sure have a bug to donate. All right, hold on, Blathers. Chat's mad at me. Hold on. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's a cooldown, I guess, on the shop. Yeah, so there's a fishing rod, a bug net, and a slingshot today. So you could type ! shop bug net, shop fishing rod, or shop slingshot. Yeah, there's that command still weirdly still has a cooldown, so you just have to scroll up to see it. Molded one. Welcome to the show, by the way. He's baby birding you. Some of the commands have cooldowns from when I first started the game. I probably can take them off now, but I meant to say buy if I said shop. I meant to say buy. That's my bad. I might have misspoken. Yeah, my bad. All right, we have a grasshopper. Cool. What's up, Snazzy? Ooh, yes, indeed. That's a grasshopper, if I'm not utterly mistaken. I actually find their voices quite soothing on an autumn evening when their cries fill the air delightful. Their appearance, however, is not in the least bit engaging and actually borders on repugnant. As for myself, I find them no better than cockroaches. Blech, vile, vile indeed, truly dirtily vile. A what? Yep, nope, tater tot. It just took him a second. Yep, nope, just took him a second. Yeah, yep. How you doing today, Kali Pokey? Good morning, Renee, by the way, popping into the YouTube chat. I'm not sure if I saw you. I'm going to quickly go grab some more coffee, y'all, and then we're going to settle in here. We have the direct in 11 minutes. We have a direct in 11 minutes. I'm going to go grab some more coffee. I'll be right back. Thanks for popping in here today, though. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast here. Good to see y'all. All right. Yo, what up, Goopie? Good morning as well. Hold on, I can't stop shaking these trees, though. I'm trying to get this fruit first. Pockets full of soup. The heat is annoying today. Cries in European. Yeah, it's coming back to America as well. We're not getting heat wave necessarily. We're just getting consistent heat, which is very different, but... Right? Like, it's very different, but it still sucks. We're just getting consistent 80-degree weather, which is like, you know. Where I'm from. I shouldn't talk like the states are the same. I should have said specifically in Ohio. You gotta, when you talk about America, you have to say the area, because America is way too big. Yeah. Specifically talking about Ohio. Texas and Arizona are going to be completely different than Pennsylvania and Oregon. Yeah. Big country. You don't have ACs, do you? We do in America, right? America is pretty big with air conditioner stuff. Europe is starting to adopt air conditioners now, but it's still very uncommon, allegedly, in Europe to run into ACs. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's like still very uncommon, but it's starting to become more common. If only Animal Crossing was able to use the keyboard controller, guess what? They can. Well, the Deluxe Edition can, Gunblade Lad. Are you hip to the Deluxe Edition? Have you been put on to the Deluxe Edition? They can. Like, watch this. It plugs in. So the Deluxe Edition has keyboard support. And if you're on emulator on your computer, it uses your keyboard from your computer. But you can actually take Deluxe Edition and plug it into a modded GameCube, and you could use the original keyboard if you have it as well. So watch this. Fingers, no controller. Hello. Sorry. Hello, Gunblade Lad. How are you today? Feeling good, my dude? I know I am. Smiler. Yeah, dude, Deluxe Edition! Deluxe! It's very nice. It's very convenient. Guess I'll have to get it onto my SD to SP card. That's right, exactly. So as long as you have a way to play, ROM files off original hardware, Deluxe Edition is completely equipped to be played on your original GameCube, however you have it modded. Correct. I encourage you to check this out, Gunblade, for sure. Why do you mail the fossils to the museum? So in the original Animal Crossing GameCube, you had to mail the fossils to get them identified because Blathers didn't have his paleontology degree yet. So you would have to mail an unidentified fossil, and then they would come back from the museum the next day identified, and that's how you would donate fossils. However, the Deluxe Edition changes this relationship, and here's how. The Deluxe Edition allows Blathers to identify fossils himself, taking away the archaic having to mail, system of having to mail unidentified fossils to the museum. However, because Kyler, the legend, the creator of this mod, wanted to make sure that the original experience was kept intact, he didn't want to erode the original experience too much. He decided to make it to where if you mail the already identified fossils to the museum, they send you more money than if you were to sell it to Tom Nook. Keeping the mailing system alive from the original experience, but allowing you to skip past the annoying stuff needs to be identified before you can donate. So you have the choice of mailing our already identified fossils to the museum in Deluxe Edition, and you get like a higher percentage of money than Tom Nook would give you. So it's basically the best of both worlds, and it was this mod developer's way to ensure that the original experience wasn't eroded too much. And you can tell throughout this whole mod, he really didn't want to completely change the game. And I have a lot of respect for that because I don't want that. Personally, that's the last thing I want. I don't want this game to be completely different. It's cool. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So it's Kyler with a C. Unfortunately, not the same guy, Gunblade. It's Cuyler. E-R. Kyler. Different guy. But wouldn't that have been crazy if it was the same? Yeah, the direct's in 5 minutes. We got to go get our coffee. Yeah, let's go do that. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so people know what we're doing. And then I'm going to grab my coffee and I'll be back just in time here. Bum, 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 bum. All right, Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave Direct. We're going to watch this. Taco Existential with the tier 2. Bring it in. Thank you. Tacos in the chat. There's a default emote on your phone that's a taco, and we want those spammed in the chat. Tacos in the chat. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some coffee, and we're going to watch this direct. All right, give me just a second. Thank you so much, Taco. Good to see you, dude. Be right back. Be right back. All right. What up, Rachel Green Tea? What up, Pastel Constellation? Thanks for jumping over to YouTube. Welcome in. Thank you. Good to see you back. All right, let's go ahead and lock in for the Fortunes Weave Direct. We won't do our tradition of reading chat because it's not our normal direct, so it won't be too exciting to read. And we're going to lock in here. We're going to see more. This is Nintendo's way of trying to convince us that Fire Emblem's worth $70, $80 physical. Let's see. Nintendo's got the work cut out for them because in this economy, oh my gosh, there's a balloon, but I can't see it. Oh no. All right, hold on. I don't want to even hear it. I just want to pretend like it's not happening. What you hoping for? I don't know. I'm going to be real. I don't really need to be sold on Fire Emblem because I play Fire Emblem games I've been playing Fire Emblem games for the same reason my whole life. I just like grid-based strategy and I just like layered systems, right? I just like layered systems upon systems upon systems, and that's Fire Emblem. So I'm not really looking forward to anything. I'm not really the kind of person that cares about the characters all like that, the story all like that. But I'm going to be honest, like there's not any real particular thing that I need to see to be sold on the game. Fire Emblem is just Fire Emblem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but let's go ahead and dive in. Let's see what's up, y'all. Thank you, Taco, for the gifted. And thank you, Rachel Green Tea, for the raid. Oh, I didn't see the rage. Here, we're going to get a shout out for Rachel here if y'all want to give her some love. Thank you for the gifted sub, man. You didn't have to do that.
The second birth of this world's rightful ruler. At At the advent of the underworld.
We'll never win the battles ahead without
Maybe by the end of this, though, I'll be super excited, right? Like, maybe by the end of this, I'm gonna be super excited.
We can recruit.
Is there captions? No. Okay. Like, maybe, right? I am entering my RPG era of my life. Like, maybe at the end of this, I'm gonna be, like, psyched.
The Dagdan Empire, a land at the peak of prosperity
Dagdan.
under the rule of the gods.
1449.
In the capital city of Daxian, bustling markets, ports teeming with trading ships, temples to the gods, and other establishments line the crowded streets. This is
Three
also
Houses
where
is
the
good.
heroic games are held in tribute to Dagda, the empire's first and founding king.
The heroic games have begun!
It's said that Solel, the current ruler, will grant one wish to whoever wins the games. Those vying for the prize hold strength, determination, and undying convictions they refuse to yield.
Interesting.
The story revolves around 4 heroes who have entered the heroic games. Who you choose will determine how the narrative unfolds.
Okay,
as
so
they
similar
fight
to
for
Three
glory.
Houses, you're gonna choose one character? That's cool.
Kai
I like
is
that.
a young boy living in the peaceful village of Ribera.
I'm
On his
kind of leaning
15th
towards Kai.
birthday, his father is imprisoned beneath Daxian.
I'm leaning
for
towards Kai.
crimes
Anybody
committed.
else? He looks good.
In hope of a peaceful life as a family, he sets out with his childhood friends to win the heroic games and save his father.
Interesting little plot line. Holy hell, who in the Alucard is that?
Dietrich,
For real Dracula
ever in search of a
vibes.
stronger opponent, is attacked by an
Wait,
enormous monster
this dude's a
while sailing a
badass.
stormy sea.
Forever in search of a stronger opponent. Like,
He
okay.
then washes ashore in the foreign land of Dagda. This is where, between battling bandits and beasts, he learns of the heroic games. To slake his thirst for battle, Dietrich decides to compete in the heroic games with new allies at his side.
That settles it. Time to hit the road to Daxian.
Pirate Alucard. Yeah, he seems like he's out of
Hailing
Castlevania.
from the kingdom of Ceramus in the south, Theodora represents a culture that
Theodora?
worships the keeper
Cute.
of death and night, a goddess loathed throughout the lands. Swearing to restore the honor of her goddess and defend the faith of the people and the peace of her kingdom, Theodora leads her veteran retainers into battle with the goal of winning the games.
Okay. Yeah, Mommy. Mommy won. Whoa, Booba Mommy.
A young woman born into prestige and blessed with musical talent, Lita is consumed by rage following her father's murder at the hands of an unknown assailant. Having given everything to seek revenge, she eventually learns of the killer's plan to participate in the heroic games.
Alive! I will kill him.
To bring an end to the man who murdered her father, Lita heads to Daxian with supportive companions in tow.
Okay, all right. 4 characters, 4 storylines.
I'm sorry.
Interesting
Theodore,
approach.
but I won't be letting you take the victory today.
If victory is decided by conviction alone, then I think it shall not be up to you.
I have burned to duel you, white-maned demon.
But I'm sorry. Failure is not an option for me either. But that's only because I don't have any choice!
Nice. I like the music here. Ooh, I'm liking the
Going
music
into
here.
each match, you'll choose your party members and their initial placement on the field.
Now this is
Then
why I play
let
Fire
the
Emblem.
battle commence.
All of that stuff was cool.
Each unit's movement range.
This is
shown
why I
in
play
blue.
Fire Emblem. Yeah,
And their attack
grids.
range in
Yes. Haha, squares.
Once all of your units have completed their actions, your
Tactical
opponent's turn
combat.
begins. You'll take turns moving and fighting across the map as you engage in fierce combat. Victory includes defeating the opposing leader, among other conditions.
Grids over Booba. Correct. Correct.
The 4 heroes and their allies can utilize various means of attack.
Hylian as a kid playing tic-tac-toe.
Swords are straightforward and easy to wield.
You should have seen me playing
Gauntlets
Connect 4.
make it easier to evade attacks.
Here it comes.
Spears deal massive damage to cavalry units. Axes have low accuracy but high attack power.
So they brought back the triangle.
Bows strike enemies at
So
a distance.
every Fire
and can
Emblem
deal
has had a
fatal
triangle.
blows to flying units.
Every Fire Emblem. So it's like axes beat swords, swords beat
And
staves,
magic
staves
is
beat
effective
axes.
against foes with heavy
It's
armor.
like
It can also
Pokemon in that
heal
sense.
or otherwise support allies in dire situations. There are also swords that call down lightning, gauntlets that look like firearms, and
What the
other
hell?
unique weapons to find.
That's a gun. That's a straight
Positioning
gun.
is a
What?
key element
What did I
of
just
combat.
see?
When you strike within an enemy's range
Isn't this
of attack,
1447?
they might counterattack.
They said it was an
Consider
artifact
attacking
that
those
looked
equipped
like a
with
gun
close-range weapons from a distance,
or something
and get
like
up
that.
close and personal against long-range opponents to avoid counterattacks. The terrain can also give you an advantage, while adjacent allies can receive buffs. Take advantage of the situation to control the battlefield in your favor. Combat arts are attacks unleashed at the expense of weapon durability. There are attacks with greater power, longer range, or other advantageous effects.
They're almost explaining
So
this
use
game
them in
as if you've
decisive
never played a
moments.
Fire Emblem, which is fine because there's plenty of people who have.
There are also
But-
special moves that consume your
Like
soul. in
everything they're
exchange
saying
for
right
power.
now is all
Called
normal
Blaze
Fire
Arts.
Emblem stuff until this.
Kai releases
This is
a
the one
burst
thing
of
that we have not-
otherworldly power from his
Hold on.
hand to cast flames in a wide area. After
So this is the gimmick of this game.
Dietrich's ink black cloak can warp him to locations.
This
on
is the gimmick. Here we go.
battlefield
We got the
that
gimmick
aren't
right
easily
here.
accessible.
Blaze Arts.
Theodora uses the power inherited from her ancestors to rend the earth and hurl it at foes.
Feeling.
Lita plays her Vihuela to buff allies, summon a powerful monster, and more. These special moves can turn the tide of battle, but at the cost of the hero's health points.
Wow. You trade your HP for spells?
Additionally, if your
Cool.
allies fall
Your
in battle,
soul.
I think I need a break.
You
You
trade
can
your
turn
soul for
back
powerful
time.
moves?
After each move, you can rewind to any previous point in battle, so don't be afraid to rethink your strategy if things don't
They
go as
added
planned.
a rewind system to make it a little bit more casual. So for those of you
Based
that
on their
never played
class,
Fire Emblem,
such as
I'm going to
Shido,
explain
who are
something at
skilled
the
with
end.
Swords, Bardingers who fight on horseback, and bishops who use white magic.
Yeah, Three Houses had it as well,
A
right?
unit's abilities can change dramatically. The weapons they can wield and their range of movement also vary. Classes are divided into beginner, specialty, and advanced tiers. Beginner classes are the foundation. Gladiators excel in handling weapons. Diviners can wield magic. And Orneus riders can cover more ground.
Horniest
There are
riders?
5 beginner classes in all.
What?
Specialty classes have more specific abilities. Armored knights boast ironclad defense with heavy armor. Wing soldiers can leap obstacles and cover long distances, while charioteers can strike multiple enemies in a straight line. There are over 10 to attain. Advanced classes are masters of their skills. Cataphracts have the mobility of horses with the defense of heavily armored units.
The music is so good.
Guardians are skilled with both speed and white magic. Plus other classes that possess a combination of strengths.
This is old Fire
You'll
Emblem
also
music, I
find
think.
the overwhelmingly powerful elephant riders and other classes
Like it sounds
that
like
fight while astride giant beasts.
You defeat me?
Between matches, you'll have time to get ready for what's to come. You'll receive some useful intel about your next opponent. So use this information while exploring Daxian.
Wait, who's
or
Seteth?
venturing off to improve your team's prowess in battle. The time is yours to spend.
So delicious.
He was a Three Houses guy? Cool.
Let's look at
I
some
don't
of the
remember all their
things you can
names.
do in
I'm sure I'll
Daxian.
know them by visual, though. I wasn't paying attention, though.
The Arena Plaza
I was
is
thinking.
where you can receive additional training once per week in the time between matches. As your skills improve, you'll learn new moves to use in battle and be able to wield increasingly
So,
stronger
they're
weapons.
kind of, this is very similar to New Houses. They're going really far in the direction of New
On
Houses
match days,
with how
can
you
watch
spend
battles
time between
other
battles.
participants unfold to research your opponents.
Except, you know, it's obviously not a school setting in it. Three Houses was unique because it was like this school setting,
At
but
the shopping arcade, you'll purchase weapons and tools, or
No, it's not a
enhance your
live
weapons
service
using
game.
materials you've collected.
nah, they mean in-game stuff, in-game weeks, in-game days.
This temple row is watched over by a bronze statue of the divine sovereign and is home to 7 temples. Depending on which temple you volunteer in, you'll acquire a blessing to use in battle. These provide effects such as a temporary stat buff, halving the damage you receive, and more.
So, did anybody play Engage? Did Engage have
Speak to an exam
in between
proctor
battle
to take
stuff
a certification.
as heavy as Three Houses, or was it different?
The chance of success depends on who's taking the test and the class they're aiming for. So be sure they have the necessary
did,
skills
yeah.
before applying.
To attain the pleasure I seek.
I love the level up system in Fire Emblem because
You
it's
can
all
also
random.
receive quests
It's
from
really
town
sick,
folk.
dude. Every playthrough is going to be different.
Complete them
Oh,
by the given
I have a lot to
deadlines
say about Fire
receive
Emblem. It's
reward.
good stuff.
You never know who might ask
I'm
for your
grateful
help.
for your help in this matter.
The Divine Sovereign? Why would someone
This
of
is the
your
kind of video I
stature
want
be
to
here?
pause because I want to talk, but I'll wait till the end.
You can also recruit powerful warriors you meet in Daxian.
That's cool, so you can go recruiting.
Even if they turn you away at first, try giving them gifts.
Appreciate it.
Weird. You have to like earn
Or invite them to share a meal.
new recruits? Interesting. All right.
That might be enough to win
There's
them over.
always like a social side of these games nowadays, which is fine.
At inns, not only can you lodge and eat, but you can let time pass to gain experience and gather materials automatically.
You see, this is like a sim game at this point. You see how they do that? Fire Emblem games have systems upon systems upon systems, and like at this point, it's almost a simulation game as well.
May converse.
That's what
and
makes
show
these
their
games so
support to each
good,
other
dude.
here,
They're
too.
they're very depth. There's lots of
Oh,
depth.
and can I
Very
get a
deep.
raise? Then I'd be psyched to work even harder.
Thanks, Kai. I came here to say I was pulling for you, but it went the other way around.
As your journey continues, you'll gain access to even more facilities.
Remember this for a long time to come.
This is the Pale Raven's Perch, a spot where a mysterious white bird rests its wings. From here, you can swap to a different hero. Progress is saved for each of the heroes,
Wait.
so playing through all 4 of their stories in parallel is an option.
Wait, you can play all 4 of the stories simultaneously? That's really cool. Because then you can just play
When
the
you
game
venture
once.
outside of Daxian,
That's
you can
cool.
explore areas
Interesting
across the
take on
continent.
multiple storylines. I
Time
like that.
passes every time you move, so
I
plan
much
your
prefer that than a
expeditions
replay,
carefully.
I'll be honest. Not that I don't like replaying
Visit
Fire
towns
Emblem,
to purchase local wares.
but I would prefer that over a replay.
Anything you'd like?
or
No, this game
gather
doesn't have an
information
avatar
that
so
could be
far.
useful
Nope,
on your
Candy Cane.
adventure.
It's just 4 main characters and you choose which one. Isn't
Travel
that
with your allies
kind of
to
weird?
improve
Yeah.
everyone's abilities in battle.
Seemingly.
Enemies will randomly appear on the world map. When you encounter one, a skirmish will begin. Earn experience points by felling your foes.
Well, what if it's like Awakening,
You'll also
where
find dungeons
the avatar is just a battle tactician?
where you'll collect
Candy
materials
Cane,
for
right?
strengthening weapons.
Like in Fire
along
Emblem
with
Awakening,
other
you were just
treasures.
kind of a tactician. Like you weren't always
When
like
you
on the
encounter
battlefield
enemies roaming
necessarily,
in a
right?
dungeon, a turn-based clash that differs from normal battles will begin.
I suppose I must.
That's like how the older
Clashes.
games used to play.
You can perform attack combos with your allies.
I'm thinking of the older games. I'm thinking of like
Plus,
Fire
each of
Emblem
the 4
Blazing
heroes
Sword and
can
stuff.
use abilities that are unique to them. For instance, Dietrich can flush out enemies in hiding, while Theodora can recruit soldiers in towns and send out her assembled troops to gather materials.
What the hell am I looking at?
Deploy them in battle.
What did they turn this into like Civilization?
Need some help!
Make the most of these commands to enhance your power of battle.
What am I looking at? That all looked very different. I talked over it. What the hell was all that? I'm gonna have to go back. That was all not normal Fire Emblem stuff.
Bold warriors, draw now upon your strength. Hold fast to the devotion in your beating hearts. For those who stand upon the final stage, I shall grant whatever wish you may desire. So say I, the Divine Sovereign, that I vow to you. People of Daxian, hear me now as I declare that the heroic games have
She's like a bard.
begun.
She's kind of cool. She's like a strange bard. There's going to be a time jump. They've been doing this a lot with Fire Emblems. There's like a time skip at some point in the story, and then it's like a different side of the story. They've been doing that for years, though. Fire Emblems has always had these really interesting time skips, and then the story progresses, and you have to continue the later half of the story. Like even all the way back in Blazing Sword and stuff. The stories are always pretty interesting.
Times flow, see the glow of flames ever burning bright. On the swift rivers drift, broken
The song is a choice.
memories alive.
That's how I feel about any time I hear lyric stuff in video games.
I see that my song has finally reached your ears.
"5 years after the heroic games, Dagda faces its end at the hands of the revived demon god Balor.
I feel like this is going too far. Aren't you spoiling the story now? What? Why are you spoiling
Even the
this?
4
This
heroes
seems like something
who
I would
played
want
a
to know.
significant role in the heroic games have vanished. To confront the situation, the progenitor god,
The years were
Sophis,
long.
calls down a single soul.
I guess this is going to be us.
This is the story's true protagonist. You are given 2 choices. Face the forces of the demon god Balor on your own, with the knowledge that it's no easy task. or use the time-traveling powers of the goddess Fortuna to change the fates of the 4 heroes. You must carve your path in the hope of saving Dagda from destruction. Those who join you in the future will strengthen the might of your assembled forces. This is where your story begins. The end of the world at the hands of the demon god. Which path will you walk?
Almost like Breath of the Wild vibes, where you can just go straight to the boss.
Is up to you.
Or you can go to the 4 Divine Beasts. Your choice.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave launches September 17th, only on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
I have to be a dude.
Pre-orders are
No,
available
there's
now
probably, look at, they show
Nintendo
right there.
eShop.
There's always a female
Fire
version of the
Emblem
protagonist.
Fortune's Weave Dagden collection.
No.
which
There's always
includes
2.
A 150-page art
That's how
book,
they do that nowadays.
12 character art cards, and more will be available the same day.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a
more
while.
Fire Emblem content will be available following this presentation.
Ooh, nice new music.
Nintendo Music, a service that lets you listen to Nintendo game music anytime, anywhere, will be updated with certain tracks from this game, including the main theme, later today.
They've been doing that,
Additionally,
giving us like
the
teases
Nintendo Today smart device app
of the
which brings
music.
you
They've been
daily
doing that a
updates
lot.
from Nintendo,
It's pretty cool.
will receive a new Fire Emblem theme beginning tomorrow.
They've been doing that a lot,
The
where
app
they're
will
like,
also feature
here's a
new
taste of the
information
game
about
coming
Fire
out.
Emblem
It's kind of cool.
Fortune's Weave leading up to launch.
If you're like really excited, you know what I mean? Like,
There will also be a new Ask the Developer article, in which developers share their thoughts about working on this game on September 15th.
developers talking about, I usually like that kind of stuff, especially if I really like the game. Like, that's always cool. Developer interviews is always pretty cool. Yeah, very, very interesting. Here, let me just throw on this playlist real quick so we have something to talk over. All right, so yeah, I want to go back real quick and check something before I talk. There was one section in here that I missed because I was wrapping my head around the past of Fire Emblem. I want to see what the heck they were talking about here. What is this? What is this stuff? This looks... Okay, it's just a world map. Yeah, let's... Oh, I clicked the live button. Whoopsies. I want to see what this is. This... I don't remember seeing anything like this in Fire Emblem. For a split second, it almost looked like... It almost looked like some RTS, like, Civilization nonsense. But, like, not in a bad way, but... Yeah, let's see what this is about here.
Progress is saved for each of the heroes, so playing through all 4 of their stories in parallel is an option.
So that's really cool. Again, we'll talk about this for just a sec. Hold on. So what is this? What's going on here? It could just be the world
When you
map.
venture outside of Daxian, you can explore areas across the continent. Time passes every time you move, so plan your expeditions carefully.
Okay, cool. Kind of reminds me of
Visit
Final
towns
Fantasy
to
Tactics
purchase local
Advance.
wares,
This reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance a little bit.
or gather information that could be useful on your adventure. Travel with your allies to improve everyone's abilities in battle. Enemies will randomly appear on the world map.
Yeah, this is straight up Final Fantasy Tactics
When
Advance,
you encounter
dude.
one, a skirmish will begin.
This is Tactics Advance, dude. Sick.
Earn experience points by felling your foes. You'll also find dungeons where you'll collect materials for strengthening weapons.
So this is the live action stuff that you guys were talking about. Whoa, you're right. So they added live action gameplay in a Fire Emblem game? Basically Fire Emblem Warriors? So they're taking like inspiration from Fire Emblem Warriors and letting you run around with the characters? This is kind of unprecedented. They've never done this in a Fire Emblem game before. Am I wrong about that? Ever. You've never been able to run around with your character like this in a Fire Emblem game. Not that I know of. Not that I'm all up on Fire Emblem like that nowadays, but this is very different.
Along with other treasures. When you encounter enemies roaming in a dungeon, a turn-based clash that differs from normal battles will begin.
What? And then all of a sudden it's an RPG turn-based game like Final Fantasy? What the hell is this?
I suppose I must.
In clashes, you can perform attack combos with your allies. Plus, each of the 4 heroes can use abilities that are unique to them.
Like, wait, what? So this game is just very different in a lot of ways. Now, this is like some smaller details. It seems like the base game is still Fire Emblem as we know, grid-based strategy. But they added a bunch of side stuff to make it more interesting.
For instance, Dietrich can flush out enemies in hiding, while Theodora can recruit soldiers in towns.
So you almost want to think about the live action stuff as like a mini game. It's like a side game.
Assemble troops to gather materials.
Right? Like that's my take on it.
Or deploy them in battle.
Will not miss this chance.
Need some help!
Make the most of these commands to enhance your power of battle.
Really interesting. So, my thoughts on... sorry. That was a mega jump scare, my bad. That doesn't happen often on my stream. That's my bad. So, what I have to say about Fire Emblem is... So first off, for those that have never played a Fire Emblem game, I just want to quickly break down what makes these games like so appealing briefly. And it can be summed up really easily for me personally. First off, it's grid-based strategy, and there's systems upon systems. There's items, there's item quality, there's axes beat swords, but swords beat spears. There's light magic beats dark magic, but dark magic beats regular magic and elemental magic. And all right, so it has all these systems on top of systems and things that you interact with. There's relationships where if 2 characters are really close to each other, they have a higher % chance to crit. And if 2 players have a higher relationship level, then they have better stats in the battle. And it goes deep. All right, H does notes in the chat. All right, it gets a little deep. There's a lot going on in these games. However, another thing that I wanted to note during that is the cool part about Fire Emblem is that every playthrough is always going to be different, because in these games, they originally started off where if one of your characters die, they leave the game forever. And sometimes they would even just die. And that's how like Fire Emblem originally got its stake in the universe of gaming. It was kind of hardcore. It was like, if you lost a character in battle, like they were gone. All right, and that's how it used to be. And then over time, they started adding options where you could like say, that's not true for your playthrough. Or they even like at one point they made 3 games at once. They made like a super casual game, a middle game, and then a hardcore game. This was back on like 3DS. And the hardcore game had permadeath, the middle game had options, the casual game just had no options. And like so they've been experimenting with this for years now. And so where Fire Emblem's at now is that you have the choice. You can play the game on permadeath, where every single decision you make is weighted. Every single move of the chessboard, every single situation is weighted, because you could straight up lose a character for the rest of the game. Or you could play the game casually like an RPG and just like have fun, and like you lose, you just try again. Plus, if you notice during that, they added a rewind feature. Rewind's been around for a little bit, and it allows you to rewind all the way back to a certain point in the battle, because sometimes rewinding to the last turn doesn't cut it, because you could have set something in motion 3 turns ago that led to you getting crit, so you have to go back 5 turns and redo that. So this is really nice because if you were going to redo a battle anyways, because you lost a character, sometimes it's easier to just rewind 6 turns and save that character's life by making a different decision 6 turns ago. So I like the rewind feature because it takes away the tedium of gaming. It's tedious to have to reload your game, go back into the battle, start the whole battle again, you know, from the beginning, go through the cutscenes. That's like a lot. Whereas rewinding back to turn 1, quick, easy, simple, move on. I made a mistake. So rewinding, I've always felt, is a really good addition because even if you don't want to use rewind as a way to cheat, you could just use rewind as a way to faster, like a quicker way to restart a battle. And exactly as Hot Pocket said, sometimes these battles were hours long, straight up, an hour-long battle, like for real. So I like that, and I'm happy that they stuck with the rewind feature. So that just kind of makes the game smoother to play for people who like permadeath. Right? Or you can be disciplined, right? Exactly. Like, I honestly prefer no rewind permadeath because I like hardcore gaming. That's how I play Fire Emblem. I play Fire Emblem where my choices matter, and if my character dies, I need to figure out how to play the game without that character. Because I think that's interesting. And I'm going to give you guys an example of how that can go wrong. I've had a Fire Emblem playthrough that I got to the final battle, or the second to last battle, and I couldn't win because my team was too weak, because I lost too many characters that were higher level. And there was no more experience to be gained because in some of the older Fire Emblems, there wasn't the option to grind. You see, they started wising up and adding the ability to grind certain levels. But before the era of grinding, you only had a limited amount of experience you could gain because the game was a story-driven game and you were going through battles that were story-driven. So I've had moments where I've gotten to the final 2 battles of the game and I literally could not win because my team was so thinned out because of so many permadeaths that I had to restart the whole game in order to play it. So, like, we're talking real weight to your decisions that could affect you 15 battles later that you wouldn't even be thinking about. That is how interesting Fire Emblem games have been in the past. You can really curate your experience nowadays, and you can make it as hardcore or as casual as you prefer. But I want to make it clear, the roots of Fire Emblem were very brutal, hardcore experiences. They really were, dude, and they were tedious and they were tough. And if unless you were save state scumming or on an emulator, like sometimes you were struggling, right? You really had to make good decisions. Sometimes you would miss like a secret shop on a level that you would never get a chance to go back to. Like, it was real classic gaming, right? So now that being said, the other thing I wanted to point out was right here. The other thing that makes Fire Emblem interesting to me is the level up system, and I want to explain this really quick. Every time you level up in this game, it's random. And while there has been discoveries on ways to maybe make certain stats go up versus others, for the most part, every Fire Emblem game, the stats that get increased when you level is random. So let me give you an example. Let's say your character levels from level 1 to level 10. Hear me out. My level 10 Deirdrick could have 50 strength, 13 speed, and 100 HP, and he could just be like this powerhouse. But he has no move, and he's like a real slow character, so he always only swings once in battle. But your version of Dietrich here could have way more speed, way more dex, way less HP. Everybody's playthrough is going to be completely different outside of the fact that I believe certain classes weight stats over certain stats. So like a swordsman is going to get more dex naturally than a heavy armor character, right? Like, so like naturally they're going to be a little bit leaning towards their role. But the point is that every single level up is different in every Fire Emblem game. It's very similar to Pokemon, exactly. That's a perfect correlation to this. So this is what drove me to Fire Emblem when I was a kid. the Pokemon effect. Every time I played the game, I was able to level my characters differently. And then I haven't even got to the best part. In Fire Emblem games, there's a job system. So every time you level up to level 10, you have the choice of going in 2 different directions. So let's say you start off as an archer. You could level up your archer into a horseback riding archer or a sniper that uses longer ranged bows. But then you could even potentially take it further. And then once you chose sniper, you could choose Omega Zoom Zoom Sniper, or Sniper on a horseback, or Sniper that also casts spells, because why not? But if you go down the other direction, maybe you could become a bowman who uses healing staves, or maybe you could become a heavy armor bowman on a horse. So the game would branch these paths out. So you would start off as one class, but then you would choose between 2 branches. Then it would branch even further later. And you could create your own experiences every time you play the game. So for example, let's say that I had the famous Candy Cane 55 unit in game. And she just so happens to be one of the characters that you can transform into a lot of different classes. And I chose to make her a battle mage. You might play the game and you might turn Candy Cane 55 into a swordsman. And we have 2 completely different experiences playing the same game. That is what makes Fire Emblem so interesting to my brain and to my gaming palette. And I just wanted to talk about that for a second, because Nintendo approached this direct as if you've never played a Fire Emblem game. And I just wanted to follow up on that and say, listen, if you have never played a Fire Emblem game, these are the reasons why Fire Emblem is good for a guy like me. You'll notice that I didn't mention the story. I didn't really mention the characters. I didn't really mention the Booba or the Kaka. Guess what? That's a whole nother set of reasons to love Fire Emblem. And a lot of people love Fire Emblem for that stuff as well. Yeah, a bunch of people do. A bunch of people play these games for the characters, for the story, for the rich interactions, for the socializing, for the waifus. And they don't even care about the strategy stuff. So it's like, it's interesting that there's a lot going on in these games. I don't play them for that stuff, really. I'm here for the strategy. I'm here for the systems. I'm here for the leveling. I'm here for the stats. But I just wanted to express that, like, these games have a lot going on, man. And if you've never played a Fire Emblem game, I'll actually give you the best place to start, y'all. The best place to start is if you have Nintendo Switch Online and you have the expansion pass. Because if I remember correctly, and I'm going to check right now, they already released a GameCube Fire Emblem right here. And there's a Game Boy Advanced one as well. I was playing it. I think it's Blazing Sword, not Sacred Stones, unfortunately. Because Sacred Stones is like the better game, I think, for some reasons. But Blazing Sword is already out on Game Boy Advance, and you can play like a really old school version of Fire Emblem. Like real old school. Or you can play the GameCube version, which is considered some of the best Fire Emblem ever made, with the character Ike as the main character. And that one's released as well. So I'm going to check right now, but just throwing that out there. Like, if y'all are like never played a Fire Emblem game and you're genuinely feeling sold by this commentary, I cannot encourage you enough to go check the Nintendo Switch Online expansion or just the regular pass and see if there's a Fire Emblem game for y'all to check out. I encourage playing something more modern, because modern is just going to be a smoother experience. But even if you play the old stuff, you'll still get the right idea. And I think that that's all that I'm trying to get you guys to do. So go check out the games on the expansion. If you don't have the expansion, you could always just emulate. Emulation is pretty straightforward. The 3DS Fire Emblems really started to pick up the franchise and turn it into what it is today. So if you really want to experience when the franchise started blowing up into a success that it is today, It actually all started with Fire Emblem Awakening for 3DS, in my opinion. And then every Fire Emblem since Awakening on 3DS has really started to step up and become more popular. And now it's after Three Houses, which became like unprecedented success for the franchise. Now Fire Emblem is like a household name more than it's ever been. But if you have a 3DS or you have a modded 3DS, or if you're an emulation fan, I do encourage you to go check out the emulation side of Fire Emblem and play some of the 3DS games, because those are actually really good. Fire Emblem Awakening is still to this day probably my favorite Fire Emblem. It's hard to say because I haven't played it in a long time, but it's really good. Do you think you'll be playing Lies of P Switch? I forgot that the game was coming out. When's it come out? Do you mind me asking? Everything okay over there, Renee? Are we good? I completely changed my view of Fire Emblem. I don't think I got a good introduction in the past. This type of game is very appealing to me. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Fire Emblem games are pretty cool, dude. What's the casual 3DS game you mentioned? Birthright? Was that it, Candy Cane? Do you by chance, I'm sorry to ask, do you know what I'm talking about? Wasn't it Birthright that had 3 versions of the game? Right? There was like 3 versions, but they were all named differently. Which one was the easy one? What was the one that was like super casual? Was it Birthright? I think that was the one that was like easy mode, quote unquote. I think so. Yeah, look into... Oh, it was Fire Emblem Fates, and it split into 3, and easy was Birthright. There you go, Pastel Constellation. So you want to look into Fire Emblem Fates, I believe, for 3DS, and there was 3 versions of the game, and the easy mode one, the casual one, was called Birthright. And it's worth your time. Listen, if y'all have a Switch, though, you can just start with 3 houses. Can we get a 1 in the chat if you agree with that? If y'all have a Nintendo Switch, just start with 3 houses. Get it on sale if you can. Just start with 3 houses. I'm just going to throw that out there. I know I just pitched the old stuff, but I cannot express this enough. 3 houses is really effing good, and you can probably get it on sale. If you have a Switch, just start with 3 houses, man, because it's so modern and it's just like sexy and smooth, and just the story. I don't know, man. The word sexy might be weird, but I think it fits, I swear. The game just like oozes sex, but like not in a Madonna way. In a like Barry White at 1 a.m. in the morning way. Maybe I should just use a different word. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it hits all the spots. Yeah, dude, it's just a good game, man. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is just a good game. Yeah. Yeah, 3 Houses is very long. That's true. That's true. All right, nice little Fire Emblem Direct. What did y'all think? Are you all sold? Are you now sold on the potential? Are you now sold on $70 digital, 80 physical, or do you not care at all? Have you been sold, or do you not care at all? Rex hates it, apparently. Rex is pissed. Rex is pissed that I even asked. Rex said, are you kidding me? First Sony and no physical? $80 Fire Emblem? I'm pissed. He's actually on Twitter right now venting his anger. Now he feels better. He got it all out on Twitter, and look at, he's smiling again. Nice. I guess Twitter is good for something. Yeah, here it is. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the GameCube app. Beautiful game, by the way. One of my favorites of all time. One of my favorites of all time. Path of Radiance. I might wait for it to go on sale. Yeah, I'll be real. I'm not in a rush to play Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I don't know if I'm going to play it on release. Let me go back to the Liza P question. Oh, Liza P comes out on the 6th. I don't know. I might be interested in checking out Liza P. It could be cool. I will say that there's already a lot going on this week, so maybe not right away. It's not my kind of game, but it seems like it's worth the money. I think that's a super fair take. I can tell you right now, if you're the kind of person that wants hours for dollars, you're going to get 70 hours out of Fire Emblem. Most likely. Most likely you'll get at least close to 70 hours. So like, if that's the way you judge games, it'll be worth it in that sense. Ooh, nice, dude. I wanted to go back and play more Guardians of Azuma. I'm pretty keen on checking that game out further one day. 3 houses, I was at 256 hours. Yeah, I don't even know what my 3 houses count is, but for a split second, I was like, who's Liza P? Liza P? Yeah, Lies of P. That's basically just when you stuff a sock down your pants. Lies of P. Yo, what up, Bach and Chop? That baby. Edge joke to library of bad jokes. Yeah. Eliza Thornberry's. That does work. Liza Thornberry's. Yeah. I don't finish that. I didn't. I caught myself. David Bowie in the Labyrinth was the first Lies of P. David Bowie in the Labyrinth went way too hard, dude. David Bowie in the Labyrinth made me question my sexuality as like a 6-year-old. I'm just like... Yeah. I hate noise in the morning. Who invited you here anyways? You think it's okay to just do whatever you want? Who cares about society's rules? Damn. My bad, man. Were you in the aerobics class this morning? I tell you, if you miss that stupid thing even once, you completely lose all interest in ever going again. That's true, actually. Yeah, what up, Simply CC, by the way. Thanks for streaking on in here. Streakers, thank you. Good morning, everybody. We just finished watching the direct for Fire Emblem, and we're just chilling out today. Down Tempo Tuesdays, relaxing. I'm taking a short day today. I got an appointment I need to get to around noon, and then we'll be locking in tomorrow for a nice long boy. We got Pokopia in the morning, and we got Fields of Mystria in the afternoon, which should be pretty fun. So I just wanted to chill out and play some Animal Crossing because this game's the perfect game to just vibe to for a little bit. Yeah, I hate noise in the morning while he's blasting hardcore music. Well, obviously metal isn't noise. It's the gift from the angels of death. Go visit your new friend on the island. How are you today, Tessie? Vanessa, dude, you're hip, huh? Anyone know where to sell my organs so I can make enough money to buy all these games coming out? They all look so good. That's the solution, huh? And we're at the point of we're selling kidneys to keep gaming. If that's not the most real comment in the chat, I don't know what is. That's where we're at. Oh, you want to play the new Grand Theft Auto? You need to go sell a kidney to afford it. That's where we're at. Oh, you're trying to play the new Pokemon? Oh, you better go mortgage your house, and maybe you'll have enough to afford it. Maybe. I wonder if we'll get a regular direct before OOT. I could see that, because what better way to advertise a direct than during a direct? And I know that sounds ridiculous, but think about it. Right? So you do a regular direct, and then at the end of it, you say, you show off another trailer or something from the Zelda, right? Maybe you show off some gameplay or something. And then you say, and you can learn more at this date, because after this direct, there's going to be another Zelda 40th anniversary direct. Right? So like they show off some gameplay or something, and then they do a 40th anniversary Zelda direct, because it's not going to be an Ocarina of Time direct. To be clear, it's going to be a 40th Zelda anniversary direct. And they're going to show off the movie for the first time. They're going to show off Ocarina. They're going to talk about Ocarina. Maybe we'll even get a tree house, which would be sick. And then they're going to talk about other Zelda stuff, merchandise, toys. Just, yeah, it's going to be like, just like they do with the Mario stuff. That's my prediction. So, and then they're going to be showing off like the new consoles and all that. So it's going to be a 40th Zelda anniversary direct. And yeah, I think that announcing that during a regular direct makes a ton of sense. Right, because they've done that before. So that's like my bold assessment of what Nintendo's working on right now. Do you think Pokopia DLC will be available at midnight? Yeah, I think so. I think all of Nintendo's DLC is always available at midnight. I'm pretty sure. So at least history has taught us that it'll be a midnight release. I don't know if they've outright said yet. Oh, nice. DDV released a hotfix. Hey, Tangy. Oops, sorry. I just felt like shouting your name. She's so cute. So yeah, I think we get Pokopia at midnight Eastern Standard, which means that the PST gang gets Pokopia at 9 p.m. So you guys get to play it the day before, technically. I think that's how that's going to go. Gamescom's the 27th. Yeah, Nintendo's been showing up at Gamescom again recently. Usually it's just like stands where people can play games ahead of time. For example, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. But you never know when Nintendo's going to show up at Gamescom and be like, oh, and by the way, here's an announcement. Yeah, you never know. We'll be watching Gamescom live together, as long as there's a feed and everything. I think there is. I think there's like a Gamescom opening night live. They did it last year. Let me look it up real quick. Gamescom opening night live 2026. Yeah. Tuesday, August 25th, 2026 at 8 p.m. CEST, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's Jeff Keighley, and it's going to be cool. Let's go take a look at what we're getting excited for here. Now that it's August, we can get excited. So, looks like it's going to be like a mini Game Awards. It's going to be like a mini Game Awards with like a bunch of announcements and stuff. That's how they did it last year. That's how they handled it last year. It was like a mini Game Awards just for the opening night live. Like nothing else, just specifically on that day. Everything else is like in-person events. But here, I'll read it out loud. Together with host Jeff Keighley, the global gaming community will have all eyes on Cologne on August 25th. Or Cologne, I don't know. It looks like the word Cologne. I don't know. Gamescom opening night live, Gamescom ONL, will kick off Gamescom 2026 with a spectacular show packed with world premieres, exclusive announcements, and surprises. As I said, kind of just sounds like Summer Games Fest, right? Like it's basically a smaller version of Summer Games Fest, a smaller version of Game Awards. Get ready for epic trailers and gameplay reveals, new games, chats with celebrity guests, emotional goosebump moments. Shut up. You don't just put that in. Get ready for emotional goosebump moments. You're such a, whoever wrote this was Chat GPT that wrote this dumbass ad. Freaking idiot. That just pissed me off. Anyways, let me just move on. Anyways. So I don't know why it starts at 2 p.m. though. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means with the bulk of the show. Because if it starts at 2 p.m., like, it's not going to go for 4 hours. So, like, how long is it really going, and when does it actually start? I'm assuming it's going to be like a 30-minute pre-show. Okay, so they have an example from last year. So last year, it started at 2 p.m. It was a 30-minute pre-show, and then it started at 2 p.m. So either way, we'll be here 2 p.m. Eastern time on August 25th, which is a Tuesday. So yeah, you can look forward to us checking it out. Now I have to not get goosebumps because they can't tell me how to feel. Yeah, get that nonsense out here. You don't write that. That's not the kind of thing you write. You don't just, you're gonna get goosebumps. That's so pretentious. That's not how writing is supposed to go. That's not how that's supposed. That's like, imagine you were like reading a book and the author was like, and at this point the reader got goosebumps. Like, what? That's not that's not how writing works. I don't care if it's an ad or not. Don't do that. That's really awkward. That's really stupid. And at this point, all the readers' jaws have dropped. You're welcome. Like, what are you doing? GF Keeley will personally show up at your front door and kiss you on the forehead. Sounds like it'll be a 2-hour show starting at 2 p.m. Cool. Thank you for looking a little further into that. Yeah, it should be fun. I feel like I'm being bullied to feel goosebumps. Thanks, Chat GPT. You can tell that was Chat GPT because Chat GPT tries to pretend like it understands the human experience, and it totally says stuff like that. That's how you can tell that was 100% not written by a human. That, like, for sure, because Chat GPT is always trying to like make like they like try to pretend like they understand humans. Like, oh yeah, humans feel goosebumps. You're gonna feel goosebumps. Like, no. Like, no human would write that. Like, there's no way. Isn't the show starting at 8 p.m. in Germany? Correct. Yeah. Correct. It is. It's at nighttime in Germany, so it's easier for us because it's in the middle of the day. But for Germany, it's like a main event. Correct. Yeah. It did go late. I do remember it being kind of late. That's why it's like the equivalent to Summer Games Fest, which also starts at like 5 p.m., right? That's like the main event. It's like a nighttime thing. So it actually works really well. I hate ChatGPT trying to act like it knows emotions. Yeah, like that's obviously what was happening. So funny. How you doing today, Tokyo-chan? Yeah. I remember last year now more and more, and how it was like late for Germany. Yo, dropped a like over here. Thank you, Nembo Tavi, for hitting that like button, homie. Good morning, YouTube chat. YouTube's vibing with us today. We'll be doing Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia tomorrow morning. Fields of Mystery in the afternoon. That's how I feel about laugh tracks. I don't mind laugh tracks, but I respect that. The actual website said 25th. Weird. Weird, dude. Again, they shouldn't have ChatGPT setting their website up for them. It's a little too obvious. You ever Google stuff and the AI overview is like, yes, Queen, that's so true that you Googled it. What you Googled is real and true. Far too often, dude. Far too often. Do-do-do. The worst part is half the time I'm just trying to Google something. Like I just want information. Like I don't want an opinion on what I typed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I want mine to say Yas Queen. Technically, you could do that if you wanted. You could totally set rules on how they reply to you and stuff. How nice of you to come and talk to me. You're such a sweetheart, Slacker. From now on, when you see me walking around, be sure to call out to me, okay? You promise? So, what can I do for you, Slacker? Just hanging. It's so nice to be outside chatting on such a perfect day. Oh, silly me. I should go hang my clothes up to dry. Okay. She's cute. Oh, wow. New fish. I forgot Deluxe Edition added new fish and bugs, which is super cool. Yeah, I just type Reddit after everything and go straight to the Reddit links. I'm the same. Yeah. Everything I look it up. What did I Google this morning? It was like, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I just type Reddit after everything and then I just go straight to the Reddit section. Every time. Not that Reddit can't be wrong, but usually it's a bunch of humans sharing their experience and you can get down to some sort of business. What's up, Mandy Cat? Hey, good to see you on Twitch this morning. Oh dear me, 1,000 pardons. So terribly sorry. Yo, can you identify some fossils for me, dude? Thanks. We're technically missing 2 fossils because the developer added some to the museum from future games. Oh, I needed a stretch this morning. Got to get a good stretch in here today. All right, I have a donation here this morning. Please take this guppy from me. Woo, indeed, woohoo, a guppy, I believe. Woohoo, hello, little fishy. Aren't we a tiny little fella? Adorable, why, I believe it stuck its tongue out to me. Ooh, rump. Nevertheless, we'll take care of the little blighter. I'll keep an eye on this mischief maker myself. Cute. Very cute. Little mischief maker. What's new in the deluxe version? What's up, Bedside Gamma? So, the deluxe edition adds new villagers, new wallpapers, floorings, new clothing, new bugs, new fish, new quality of life additions like public work projects with a new NPC named Renee. I think that was her name. Or Reno. It's like renovation. Rena or Reno. There's a new NPC, that a traveling visitor. There's new quality of life like storage. There's new camera angles. You can even turn off the acre system. So even though the acre system is still acknowledged, there's no longer any screen transitions that happen. It's completely open world, like more modern Animal Crossing. Right, you can zoom in, get real close. You can zoom out. All right. And then you can even go as far as going inside of your house and you can do, so it's basically the camera from inside of the house is what I wanted to show. They added a whole new storage system, which if you played the original, you'll know that the original had nothing like this as far as storage is concerned. So very nice. And from there, there's new items, new furniture, new item type stuff added. There is a couple new events, I think, added to the game as well. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's basically a combination of all of the different versions of Animal Crossing GameCube that came out. There's about 4 or 5 of them from in between Japan, China, and America and Europe. And it kind of takes all of them and smushes them together. And then it even adds some features from Wild World and from City Folk. Have you heard any new AC games or updates? I saw a headline yesterday saying there was a new AC announcement. I barely saw the headline, so not 100% what it said. Figured you would know. Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything about that at all. So nothing from the Animal Crossing universe as of late. And besides for a new piece of merch, which is probably what you're talking about. So there was a merch line that did these really, really, really cute. There was a merch line that did these really, really, really cute like these grab bag boxes. These grab bag boxes that would like... Sorry, I'm looking to see if I can find an article while I talk about it. 1 second here. And they announced that they're doing a new one of those. And I think that was like the closest thing to new news for Animal Crossing. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and that's about it. There's some Lego stuff happening. If you have been missing the Lego stuff, there's like Lego stuff that's always going on nowadays. So this is the announcement. You guys ready? You ready for the announcement that all of these, I almost name dropped, all these channels on YouTube, new Animal Crossing news. You want to hear what it is? All right, I'm going to read an article out loud. Thanks to a new announcement, we know that there's going to be a bit more going on for Animal Crossing's 25th anniversary than expected. Thanks to a new drop from Max Games, we know that there's more Animal Crossing merch coming for the 25th anniversary in Japan. And here's what's on the way. A Nintendo Switch 2 Smart Pouch, New Horizons themed. Nintendo Switch 2 card case, 24 card pockets. And then Animal Crossing, a Nintendo Switch 2 card case for 24 card pockets, New Horizons. And then regular Animal Crossing themed. And then here's what they are. So this is what all these YouTubers are trying to pass off as news. And like, to be fair, like this Debutsu no Mori stuff, which is the name of the, like, that's the word Animal Crossing. That's what that means in Japan. Debutsu no Mori. So like some of this is like, it's not just New Horizons. It's kind of just Animal Crossing themed, which is like pretty cool. Like we do like that. We do kind of like them just pushing the OG stuff out a little bit more. And because that gives me hope that we'll see some OG stuff. Then we have a Japanese site that's also linking the same stuff here. Cute little wallet. And this is it. Yeah, unfortunately, no real news. But I really appreciate you bringing it up because I actually missed this. And I'm going to be honest, that stuff looks fucking cute. So to be fair, like kind of nice that you mentioned it because I didn't know that existed. But unfortunately, no real news. No real news for AC. So what is this? Parents called Nintendo to complain because they mistook Animal Crossing's gyroid for phalluses. All right, hold on. So they're covering this super old school article from 2004 where We got a lot of angry calls about Animal Crossing. A skin-colored hydrant in the game caused a stir with parents who thought it looked like a wiggling penis. Our database even had a special page on dealing with the call. I waited every day to take this call, but it was always routed to the hotline veterans. Apparently in 2004, parents thought that gyroids and for those that don't know what we're talking about, because gyroids are stylized different now, because to be fair, it does look very phallic. Give me just a second to turn on my VPN here. Look, like, to be fair, you cannot blame the parents at all for this. Because, like, if you're just, like, quickly glancing at your kid's game and you're not really paying attention to the game and, like, really understanding what your kids are getting into, spoiler alert, that's how you're supposed to do that, then this could come off as, like, a weird dancing penis. I promise a kid said it first. That's a reach, to be fair. Yeah, like, you could argue that, like, you know. Thanks for the info. Yeah, of course, Bedside Gamma. If you want to check out deluxe version for yourself, I can link you if you'd like. Yeah, pretty funny, right? So apparently that's an article that's going around gaming news right now because somebody decided to cover an old article from 2004. Pretty funny. You want to know how bad it is for Animal Crossing news right now, everybody? I'm actually, like, really sad to see this. You guys want to know, like, how you know it's a dry music day, or sorry, a dry news day for Animal Crossing? Take a look at, I went to the official Animal Crossing, the unofficial Animal Crossing news source. It's called animalcrossingworld.com. And they've been covering AC since, like, New Horizons, I think, if not sooner. And look at the first article. Latest Animal Crossing news. Pokemon Pocopia's clunky storage problem finally gets a fix in August's free update. This is how bad it is. At this point, nobody knows what to do. If you've been trying to cover Animal Crossing exclusively, you're just lost. Or you're a YouTuber who's just making shit up. New update! And it's like merch. It's like, you guys need to stop grasping at straws and you just need to let go for a little bit. Nobody's going to blame you for not making an article post. Now, I am actually really curious how they're fixing this problem. So let's read about this. With this month's update, a new sharing device. Oh, I was told about this earlier. They're adding the Ender Chest to Pocopia. I heard about this, dude. They're adding the Ender Chest to Pocopia. I got a message about this yesterday. They're adding an Ender Chest. Oh, sick. So with this month's update, a new sharing device allows for shared storage space that can be accessed across all other sharing devices, of which you can make as many as you want. If you played Minecraft, it sounds similar to how an Ender Chest works. So using this new sharing device item, you'll be able to easily share lots of items across all of Pocopia's zones without needing to shuffle around items manually between them. About time. Very, very nice. According to Famitsu, the sharing device has a capacity of 7 pages of 20 slots, making for a total storage capacity of 140 items. That's more than enough to store a few stacks of each crafting material and should be a huge improvement. Besides storage improvements, new thin glass items without a highly visible frame in vertical, horizontal, and diagonal forms have been newly added for construction. Weird. Well, we don't need to read anymore. We'll figure all that out tomorrow because we're checking it out tomorrow. Get this flashbang out of my face. Jeez, that was so bright. Yeah, so no more running back and forth between zones. Isn't that super nice? Also, isn't it super funny that the first article at the Animal Crossing news website is about Pocopia? And like, isn't it even more ironic that right above the Pocopia article, it said Animal Crossing news? Don't you, is there like, isn't that like the, I don't know. Isn't that just funny? It must be a slow news day over at the office. They should change it to Nintendo News. It's tough, man. I personally ran into this as well. You know, at one point I wanted to cover Animal Crossing content every week, and I realized very quickly that the only way to do it legitimate is to cover community content, aka having segments every week where you show off people's islands, designs, and pictures and memes. And you basically have to do community focused, because the only people keeping Animal Crossing alive is the community. So if you're trying to do Animal Crossing news, as in stuff that's relevant from Nintendo and like important stuff happening in the Animal Crossing space, it's just not going to happen. I learned the hard way. It's just not going to happen. You have to incorporate the community or nothing else. So then it makes you wonder, so why are they so hesitant to incorporate the community? Why aren't these YouTubers and these news outlets for Animal Crossing covering really interesting stuff happening in the Animal Crossing community, like I was doing at one point, like really cool builds and interesting mods? Well, I'll tell you why, and this is where I become a hater for a second. It's because none of those people are actually that deep in the Animal Crossing community. It's just their job. They're not actually hanging out and playing Animal Crossing and hanging out with the crossers. They're not on the Reddit looking for cool things that are going on. They don't actually care. They're just looking for clicks, and they're looking to get their revenue from YouTube. So if they cared, they would have properly pivoted to the stuff that's still relevant, which is the community stuff. But because they don't want to do that, because that takes work, that takes actually caring about the thing you're talking about, that takes actually caring about the community of gamers around the thing that you're making content. And that's just a little too much work for your average clickbaiter, right? That's way too much work. I'm just going to call it out what it is. You know, because it is work. Every week I had to sit down. I had to actually go to the Reddit. I actually had to play the game. I had to stream it. I had to interact with you all. It was a thing. You have to actually put some time in, put some work in. How about that? Right? Oh yeah, and plus it wouldn't get as many views, you know? So it's just like, you know, you could totally still do full-time Animal Crossing content if you wish. Yeah. I would love to have a regular segment on celebrating people's designs and islands. Yeah, we used to do it. The only reason I stopped was because I wasn't feeling inspired to do it. And, you know, I'm not going to do something that I'm not feeling like super heavily inspired to do. I would like to maybe bring it back. I've actually talked about bringing it back before, and I might. But if I brought it back, I'd bring it back in a different way. I wouldn't do it live. I wouldn't do it live, I don't think. I think doing it live is not the play. Or maybe it is. Maybe only live. I don't know. Did you see that there will be 51 new Pokemon in Bubbly Basin? No, I did not see the count. I was thinking it would be 30. I feel like 50 is a lot, and that's pretty cool. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm stoked. Like only once a month, bring back the build contest. Yeah, that stuff was fun. If I can find the inspiration to do it, you better believe I will. You better believe I will. It's tough. My motivation comes and goes, and the energy around the stuff I do affects my motivation. So when I try to run a design contest and like it doesn't really spark much interest, I don't really have the motivation to do it again. And then like when I try to do certain styles of content and it doesn't really spark much interest, even though some of you might be interested, it doesn't really give me the motivation to do more of it. So there's two things have to happen. I either have to be really passionate and really motivated just to do it, just because I think it should exist, or I need the community to give me interest that they want it. And that's actually why I don't do that style of AC content at the current moment. Is just like, I you know, after slowly but surely, the Animal Crossing community just started waning and people just lost interest. And there doesn't really seem to be a massive interest in that kind of content at the moment. You know, when I'm doing island tours and stuff, it's not like it, you know, it just doesn't really seem like there's like a massive interest. Like, I think most people are kind of over that era of Animal Crossing. I think most of us have moved on, and it makes it harder for me to do it unless I'm personally motivated. And it'll come back. My motivation will come back. You better believe it will. You know, I've actually been behind the scenes. I don't want to talk too much, but I've been behind the scenes working on AC content stuff. So maybe you'll see it sooner than you think, maybe not, but I'll leave it at that. I have been behind the scenes kind of thinking and working on future AC content and stuff I would like to do that I can feel inspired and excited for again. And yeah, you'll probably see it. Maybe some more of that kind of stuff. I'm a bit spent on AC, but I still can't help but to hoard DIYs and recipes. Island tours gives me PTSD because people have such amazing islands and mine's so blah. I think the hotel update kind of proved it. It just couldn't really breathe enough air into the community. Yeah. Unfortunately, I agree with you. Yep. It's like even an update wasn't enough to breathe more than a week of air into the community. Even I fell short of my own expectations with the update. I was going into the update with so much motivation, and after seeing the Animal Crossing community's response to the update and like how lackluster it was, my motivation just fell through the floor. And that's when I realized that I wasn't really that motivated. I was just caught up in the hype. So once the hype died down, there was no real motivation there, and I didn't know that. So I even fell short of my own I thought I was going to be doing so much more with the 3.0 update. But like after a week, I was like, actually, I don't think I want to do anything. It was weird. It was just a funky feeling for sure. What was your response for Happy Home Paradise? We played a butt ton of Happy Home Paradise, but you got to remember, Happy Home Paradise came out with the 2.0 update. So not only did we get a brand new update to the game, we also got DLC, and I did a 24-hour stream. I built up a massive amount of hype. I hit the highest views I ever hit playing Animal Crossing during that era. Over 550 people watching me play Animal Crossing, which is the peak for me when it comes to New Horizons. So it was massive. Not only did I have the community backing up and building the hype and motivation, I also had my own personal hype and motivation building and backing it up. And that's the perfect storm to create a ton of content. And yeah, it went way longer than just a week. But keep in mind, you're talking about 2021, Kerbu. We're comparing apples and oranges here. Not that you were comparing, but that's what you're kind of alluding to here. And like, to be clear, that was 2021, November. The game was still fresh. We're talking about 3.0 came out January in 2026. Like, yeah, like just to be clear, like they're not even the same universes. 2.0 came out exactly when it should have. 3.0 came out 2 years too late. And that's why the hype wasn't there. Right? If 3.0 would have came out a year after 2.0, I think we would have been singing a completely different tune. But unfortunately, 3.0 was 2 or 3 years too late. It was just brutal. They just waited way too long with that update. Not enough people cared. It was hard. Especially for it to be so lackluster. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if in 2026 they released Happy Home Paradise and the 2.0 update. Now that would have brought all of the boys back to the yard. That would have been insane. DLC, whole new zones of content, insanity, right? But 3.0 was like, oh my gosh, the first Animal Crossing update in a long time. Oh, wee. And then it ended up just kind of being this really light thing. And I think everyone's expectations fell through the floor. Everybody was like, yo, Animal Crossing update. And then it was like, oh, it's kind of just this. You know, like it was rough. Like they truly did it the wrong direction. Like they should have did the DLC later. That would have really worked, I think. Do you think AC will die out? No, not at all. We'll get a new game soon. I think a new game is right around the corner. The thing about Animal Crossing is it's always had, well, no, I shouldn't say that. Let me word it differently. Animal Crossing's always been niche, and in recent years, it's started to build up a pretty big gap between new games. And they'll sometimes supplement that gap with a side game. And that's it. Nintendo's old school, and that's it. So right now, we're just in the gap that's been the same for 20 years. Like, the gap between City Folk and New Leaf was relatively large. I think 5 years, maybe 6 years. The gap between New Leaf and New Horizons was 7 or 8 years. In between those, we got Happy Home Designer and we got Amiibo Festival. There's nothing new is happening here. Nothing panicky is happening. And Nintendo's just taking their time. And the thing you got to remember is New Horizons is still one of the highest selling games. Like, I think this is really important to make sure that nobody's worried about New Horizons. You guys ready? How well did Animal Crossing New Horizons sell last month? So let's see here. So let's see if we can find like stats, because like the thing that people don't fully embrace is just how well Animal Crossing is still selling. Right? Animal Crossing is still selling really, really well. Like, Nintendo is like, they don't need to release a new AC yet. Like, that's the thing you gotta realize. Like, so boom, 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 boom. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find that information easily, and I'm ignoring the AI stuff, but it's the Famitsu sales charts is what I'm looking for. That's what it's called. Famitsu sales charts. There it is. I couldn't think about it. So Famitsu's sales is the Japanese sales charts for the highest selling games in Japan, like week after week, right? And look at this. Animal Crossing New Horizons is the 17th highest selling game in Japan for the week of July 2020, July 20th, 2026. So like look at this. Like, so in July 20th of this year, last month, out of everything that sold in Japan, first place was Splatoon Raiders. Second place was Rhythm Heaven. Fourth place was Pro Baseball, right? Everything, even on PlayStation, anything, right? Anything that sold. Minecraft was in 8th place. Animal Crossing New Horizons is still in the top 20 highest selling games for last month. Why don't you wrap your head around that for a second? Like, look, and like, it doesn't stop. Like, 2 weeks ago, it was the top 24th highest selling game. Let's go back even further. 3 weeks ago, it was number 20th. All right, like people don't understand. Why would Nintendo put out a new Animal Crossing when it's the 16th highest selling game in Japan a month ago? Yeah, the game that we have been playing, that we're burnt out of playing since 2020, is still in the top 20 selling games in Japan almost every single month. Regularly, just consistently. People are still buying this game, dude. Like, Animal Crossing is still very like kid friendly. Like, when you're a parent and you're going to the store and you want to buy your kid a game, Animal Crossing is the first thing that comes off the shelf, right next to Mario, because it's cute, it's family friendly, it's still selling well. It's still selling really, really well. So like when you start thinking like, oh no, is Nintendo gonna give up Animal Crossing? Like, are they ever gonna release a new game? Yes, they will. But they have no reason to do it right now because we're still looking at an unprecedented amount of sales for an Animal Crossing that we've never had. Animal Crossing New Horizons is about to be at 50 million copies sold lifetime. It's right under it. It's about to hit 50 million copies total sold over its life. It's this close. It's insane. Like to give you guys context, because I think context is important. What is the lifetime sales of New Leaf? 13 million. 13 million for New Leaf. 50 million for New Horizons. Let me give you even more context. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's lifetime sales is only 35 million. I know that this is all starting to just blur together, words, numbers, million, blah, 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 but let me just say that again. Breath of the Wild, the game that some people would consider Nintendo's magnum opus of the modern era, is 15 million sales less than Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yo, we got a balloon in the Twitch chat here. Like, I think that like puts everything into perspective. Like we're talking about an insane game. Like I always like looking this kind of stuff up. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5's lifetime sales across the world is 225 million. Oh my God. Oh my God. Grand Theft Auto really is the biggest franchise of all time in gaming. I never really fully appreciated that until recently. Isn't that insane? Like, I never really fully appreciated that. Now, to be fair, Grand Theft Auto's been out since 2013. So, like, that's, like, a little unfair to compare, but still, man, like, that's insane, dude. Like, what about Skyrim? Let's see. Let's compare an oldie with an oldie. 65 million. Animal Crossing is only 15 million under Skyrim. My little baby has grown up. I was an Animal Crossing fan when no one understood the game. My little baby has grown up. Now it's rivaling Elder Scrolls. Think about that. Think about that. Like, what, dude? What? How? When did Animal Crossing become this beast? What happened? Overnight, Animal Crossing is a household name, dude. Like, that is so bonkers to me, man. That is so crazy. My little game, dude, my little baby game that I played has all grown up. It's all grown up, man.
H-Day Wiggle H-Day Cheers Plus.
Yo, thank you, Mcredible, for 28. Minecraft? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right about that. How many game sales has Minecraft had? What's the word I'm looking for? Lifetime. 350 million. I hate Minecraft, but I love it, but I hate it. I don't know what it, I love it, but I just hate it. I just I have played Assassin's Creed a tiny bit. Thank you, Incredible, again for 28, man. How are you today? Yeah, Minecraft's nuts. How you doing, Mr. Retro Maniac? That's so nuts. It's different because it's free, but apparently Roblox. Yeah, right. It is different because it's free. I was going to bring up Roblox. Now, that doesn't mean you should discount 1 billion downloads, though. Roblox, at this moment in time, is definitively the biggest gaming platform in gaming history. It's actually really scary because Roblox is just... I don't know, we talked about it the other day. It's actually kind of scary. Yeah, it's actually really nuts. You definitely cannot discount 1 billion downloads. There's some math you could do somewhere on how that translates to game sales, and it has to be 500 million. You know what I mean? Like, you can't discount that, yeah. I love Roblox. Yeah, I respect what Roblox is as a platform. Roblox to me is like Eminem is to rap at this point. It's like, I respect that Roblox is the GOAT for what it is and what it does and its talent and its skill. I'm blurring the Eminem reference here, but I respect what Roblox is as a platform. I respect what it is and what it does for gaming and like how interesting it is and just like its success, but I can't be bothered. Like I can't be bothered. I'm good. But I always respect it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll always respect, because I think you give respect where respect is due. That's how I was raised. I'm almost out of my chapstick. That's why you guys see what I'm doing here. Look, I'm digging in for the last of the chapstick. Does anybody else do this? I'm digging in for the last of the chat. I'm not letting this one go without a fight. I'm not letting this one go without a fight. I can't be the only one that does that. I'm not. Look at it. Look how like concave it is. Can you guys kind of see that? Like, look how far it is. It won't go up anymore. It's like I'm fighting for the last little bit. Use a Q-tip and I love it. Anyone here gonna give Game Freak's new game a shot? I kind of want to, because it's so unique. Yeah, it only got a 73 on Metacritic, and a lot of the criticisms are pretty much like, the game is just mid. It's good conceptually. It's really unique. It's it's kind of its own genre. There were some reviews that were like this is its own genre of game. It's so unique, which is really cool, and that makes me want to support it. But at the end of the day, the game is pretty mid from what I'm hearing. And again, mid is not bad. Mid is mid. And I think mid is okay. Mid is acceptable. Mid is welcome. It's just unfortunately not going to be the household banger that everyone was waiting for, you know? Everyone was hoping that it was going to be super sick, and it's apparently just kind of mid. Yeah. Might be a Steam sale game for me. Yeah, same. Just maybe I'll check it out someday. I'm not in a rush though. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. When I was a kid, none of my classmates even knew what AC was when I would mention it. Yeah, nobody knew. I never got to experience the Island Tours live. I just watch them on YouTube. Makes me sad, but it's okay. I'll always be a huge AC fan. Even though most people have moved on, yeah. While I've never moved on and never will fully move on from AC on this channel, Island Tours became a little bit much. You know, I don't talk about it too much. I have, but I don't, not too much. But you know that old saying where like, eventually, like, it only takes like a couple people to ruin something really awesome for everybody else? Yeah, like Island Tours started becoming weird, man. It like, people started like they would like only tune in when I was doing tours, which is like, all right, that's fine. What's the difference between that and only tuning in when I'm playing a different game? But then it started becoming like, they would only come and talk with me and ask me if I was doing tours. And essentially there became this real expecting energy around it. as if people were expecting me to do this, and that was the only reason they were even interacting with me. And for a while, I didn't mind it, but eventually it became something that I didn't like. For a while, it was like, that's fine. I'm here to showcase your creativity. You can use me, daddy. But after a while, I genuinely started feeling a little used by it. And it stopped being fun for me because it felt like something I was obligated to do. And that is something you cannot have happen as a streamer. And I had to back off of tours. I stopped liking it. I just genuinely stopped enjoying the whole process. I was just like, this is not fun anymore. So it's unfortunate, but like, that's the truth. That's just why I stopped doing tours. It just stopped becoming fun and people started getting weird about it. People started getting mad at me. It was just like, it got really, really weird real fast. So if Pocopia's update drops at 8 p.m., you still waiting till tomorrow? Yeah, just to make sure that the people that want to see me interact with it are there to see me when they know I'll be there. Does that make sense? I think with a new game, new release, I should probably keep it to the time slot people know me for. So I've seen a lot of other streamers say the same thing. It would stress them out tremendously and people would make her feel awful if she didn't show their island. Yeah, man, it just got real weird, dude. And it just kind of sucked. So it's like I tried to bring it back a little bit here and there, but then I would start having like a weird visceral reaction to when I started doing it. So like to explain, it was like when I would finally sit down and be like, all right, let's do some tours, I would genuinely just be bored within like 5 minutes of doing it. It's like once I stopped doing tours, I was not able to come back to it again. I tried, but every time I would try, I would get like 30 minutes into a tour and I would be like, dude, I can't, I hate this. I don't know what happened. It was like, once I stopped doing them normally, every time I tried to bring them back, my brain was just so uninterested. And I have yet to find the motivation to bring them back officially. You know, like it's like fun for like one tour. That's like usually what I got in me is like a single tour. And then like, that's it. That's why like on Pokopia, I'll do like one. You guys will notice, right? I'll do like one. I'll be like, all right, let me go check it out. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. And yeah, that's just the truth. Just to kind of air it all out a little bit. Just to kind of air it all out a little bit. It's like, yeah, that's really all that happened. And while I don't want to let one small group of people ruin something amazing for all of us, as of right now, I'm just like okay with not doing them too often and maybe just waiting until the next Animal Crossing game comes out before I really try to push it again. You know, like, yeah, like maybe that's like, I'm kind of just waiting for that. Like, I'm kind of just waiting for the hype around AC to start drumming up again. And then like, maybe I'll start finding that motivation to really start showcasing y'all creativity again, especially as we go into a new Animal Crossing. My hope is that like my motivation will come back then. That's what I'm kind of banking on. Maybe you could have a drawing to do a tour a few days if you're up to it. Yeah, like something like that. Like just because I am still okay with doing a tour every once in a while. And that's what I've been doing. I've just been riding out the super occasional tour. That's how I've been kind of rocking it. Just like, I just randomly show up and I'm like, hey, we're going to do a tour today. Who wants in? You know, it's just kind of silly, but I ordered Beast of Reincarnation online because I couldn't pick it up in stores close to me. At least it's coming Thursday night. You'll have to let us know what you think, Quelth, if you're enjoying it. It looks good. It looks pretty good for what it is. What I really love is playing hide and seek. Dude, I know we got to get back to our hide and seek, man. It's been a little while. I've been really enjoying single player gaming on stream recently. That's why we took a break from community game night for a couple weeks. We just brought it back though. So I'm starting to get back into the mood for multiplayer stream stuff again. And it's becoming fun again for me. I'm glad I took a little bit of a breather. Speaking of, this Friday night, we're going to do community game night. Y'all down for some Mario Kart World this Friday night? I think we'll do some World. We could do Raiders, but I don't think as many people have picked up Raiders. So I think we need to do World. Yeah, Friday night. I'll do some World. I won a tour, and as a viewer, it was a fangirl's dream. So memorable for me personally. I think sporadic tours are the best because you can enjoy it, and you're not in that, ugh, I said I would, so I have to now, even though if you don't feel it. Yeah, that's what we have to avoid, right? You got the nail on the head there. You got the nail on the head there, Chell Dog, exactly. I know, man, it was fun. Like, I wanted to like air it out and talk about it a little bit, but if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, is that tour content will come back, and it will be something that I do. Just know that as of this moment, doing it full time is not something I plan to do until maybe like a new AC game comes out. But yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll take your feedback and maybe I'll try to do like 1 day a month or something like that. It'd be cool. Just 1 day a month we'll do like a tour. I'm telling you, I know myself, and every time I've done tours recently, I've had the motivation to do exactly one. And if I ever go over one, my brain is instantly like, I don't want to do this. I've learned that. Like, I did it for the anniversary. We celebrated Animal Crossing this year. I did it for Impocopia. It's like, I can do exactly one tour and I'm excited. And then by the end of it, I'm like, no more. So as long as you guys are down for that, like, that could be a system that we work on. Just one tour every once in a while. I think I got that in me for sure. Like, just one every once in a while. Just like a little treat, you know? Just a little treat. Also, because you do a full tour, yeah, because my tours are like 30 minutes to an hour long, right? I usually like to sink my teeth. I don't want to just do a quick little run through. Exactly. Especially because there's like 8 houses in Animal Crossing. At least in Pocopia, it's kind of smoother. In Animal Crossing, it's like, all right, here's my massive island with 8 player houses and 10 villager houses, all decorated immaculately. Would you please check out my island? And I'm just like, woo-wee! Like you better be locked in. Like, we got a lot to look at around here, you know? Like, it's a lot, you know, in the best way possible, by the way. Like, that's a good thing. That's the beauty of this game, you know. Well, New Horizons, yeah. Something about circuits in Mario Kart. Anybody know what that is? I'm not sure. Maybe are they doing like a little mini update? So they did recently update Mario Kart World to add new circuits. Are they maybe gonna do more? To be fair, Pocopia tours will be insane with 6 decoratable areas. I didn't even do the math, but I think you're right. By the end of all this, there'll be 6 of them, yeah. Yeah. We're always going to be standing by AC, y'all. You can have confidence that I will be doing my best to incorporate Animal Crossing into our broadcast, and whether it's showing your creativity, playing hide and seek, doing single player content, just enjoying the game and cherishing it alongside y'all. Yeah, that's something I've kind of, I think is something I look forward to with my channel. I look forward to figuring out more fun ways to play AC with y'all. I hope Bubbly Basin introduces more story tidbits. Me too. That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most, man. The lore. Same. That's all I want. Like, everything else is cool, but give me the lore. Give me the lore. I'm imagining we're going to have a quest to go through at least, just like all the other zones, at least. So... All right, I'm taking a light stream today. I'm gonna get out of here. That's why I kind of started yapping. I have to go and run an errand. I have an appointment I need to get to, and we're gonna take a light show. We rarely ever do a broadcast under 4 hours, so you are all here witnessing a rare event. A rare event here. We'll do plenty of 4-hour streams, but never under 4. It's a rare event. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back here tomorrow for sure. I'm not sure if I'm up for anything outside of that, but tomorrow for sure. We'll be back. We got Pocopia in the morning. We got Fields of Mystria in the evening. So I'll take a light day today since I'm not taking a day off this week. That's the trade-off. All right. Is that a fair trade, everybody? Thank you for being here, YouTube chat. YouTube, y'all are killing it. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscription if you like Animal Crossing content. If you want more Deluxe Edition, I have a full playthrough of Deluxe Edition for you to enjoy. If you want to learn all about the history of this fan-made mod, and if you would like to get yourself better acquainted with Deluxe Edition, check out the playthrough on YouTube. It's definitely worth your time there. And thank you everyone for tuning in. All right, we're gonna fade today, no raid. I'm just gonna get out of here. And yeah, that's the trade-off. The trade-off is I'll do a half day today, like a true short stream. I always say that, but it's like 5-6 hours, which is like normal for most streamers. Even like long for some streamers. But today is a true short stream. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go take care of some business. And I unfortunately had some trouble with the PO box recently. It turns out some stuff got sent back to some of y'all. Some of the stuff that I got is older stuff that was like lost. I just found this stuff out and we're gonna get that figured out. So if you send something to the PO box, you'll probably be getting a message from me talking about that once I figure out the details. And we'll talk about that more later this week. On that note, though, I'm out of here, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow officially. If I have the energy, maybe some Splatoon Raiders later, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it or not. So it might be smart for me to take a fake day off here since I'm not taking one this week. We're going to be doing some doubles, some night streams. It's going to be a fun week. We're going to be doing a little mini marathon starting tomorrow. So a little mini marathon. We'll be doing a lot of long streams. It should be fun. It should be a blast. So hopefully y'all can make it. This is Highly in Descent, signing off from another wonderful Hyrule Gaming Group production. If I don't see y'all here tomorrow, I'll see you when I see you, fam. Don't forget to game on. And of course, as always, peace. Wrap it up and on to the next episode. Peace. All right. We're out of here. Again, no raid today. We're going to just fade out. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Raccoon. Thank you, Gamer Lady, Jazzy, Bessimasaurus, Lynn, Love, Dat Baby, the legends amongst us here today. Appreciate you sincerely. Balloon Squad, you know who you are. Ash370, Dragon Martinez, Chell Dog, Brittany BCH, and anybody else I missed out there, y'all. Yeah, just a little short stream, but I like just showing up, even for just a little bit. And that's what today was a representation of. Let's hang out, let's relax, let's watch the direct, let's play some AC, let's yap a little bit, and let's move on. Enjoy the rest of our day. We'll be back to hit it a little harder tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Honored to be a part of your daily routines. Certainly honored to have you as a part of mine. Baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. We're going to go take care of some business. I hope you all do the same. Get out there and take care of what you got to take care of. All right? The Tommy Pickles way. But until next time, this is Highly in Descent signing off. Peace, y'all. Hit them cat jams. Peace. Peace.